for the team.
Yes. I muted you, Michael. I'm sorry. No. All right. Are we good? We streaming? We're streaming on Bailey Digital Media. That is all I really care about. But we're trying something different tonight, and we're trying to stream on the Leaping Lizard channel. So if you're from the Leaping Lizard channel, welcome. Welcome to Bailey Digital Media, and the host, Buster Chestnut. That is me. I am him. I promise I'll, put together a little bit better of attire for,
The rest.
Michael, what are you doing, dude? No, that was not me. I'm at the microphone. It can't be me. All right, but anyway, so we're gonna start things off tonight. Hold up. Welcome to Phygital Nights. Here at Leaping Lizard in Hilliard, Ohio. I kind of forgot, the pedantics of the evening. Tonight is a special night. We are not going to start the evening with, the random Buster Chestnut cards, Bad Breaks with Buster Chestnut podcast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you for the applause for once in this bar. But hey, we will be back next week, so come back. Hey, Wilson, if you got some cards that you want me to bring and you want to pay for, let me know. I'll bring them, and you can pay like $5 extra for delivery fee and all. All right, let me know what you want. Football, basketball, baseball, I guess. If I have to. Oh, hockey. Okay. I might be able to get some hockey. Lately, I've actually... all right. So, speaking of collecting, I am going to throw a little bit in. Have to. This week, my card business, I had a stressful situation. All right. So, months ago, I bought tickets to the show on Saturday. Full disclosure, it was Buckeye Country Superfest, which, the 12-year-old me would have probably punched myself in the nutsack for saying that I was so pumped to go to a country show. But it was a great night. But before that, I got my first sale of the year on my eBay channel. All right. Or not eBay store. Pardon me. And, I was going through it. It's been a while since I even looked at my listings. So I went back, I had 5 of the 6 cards. But the one card that was like the prime listing, I couldn't find it anywhere. I scrambled. All right. I found an eBay seller, within local pickup area, Groveport, which was a drive from Hilliard, I might add, all right? But this guy fucking saved my ass. So a big shout out to 614 Collectibles on eBay because he saved Buster Chestnut's ass this weekend. And then I was able to, relax, go to my show, enjoy Sierra Farrell. Anybody a fan of Sierra Farrell? All right. How about Lord Huron? Red Clay Strays. Tyler Childers. All right. Tyler Childers is the reason why I went to that concert. Anyway, so it was a great night. I ended up actually, I was trying to rest that night, but I ended up booking the June 30th headliner while I was in the seats, enjoying my show, drinking my beers, knowing that I had the best DD available in Satin Chestnut. She was there. We reconnected. We had a great night. But yeah, so I'm going to stop rambling. But, Shut up. You are my biggest critic. But what I was going to say is through my collecting endeavors, I understand people collect, cards. That's me. Some people collect, sports cars, expensive bottles of bourbon. Lately, all right. Also, just because it helps set up the joke, people collect Pokemon, like you got to catch them all. Lately, I have been collecting Superhuman. Over the last 3 weeks, I have interviewed people for an upcoming podcast. Wink, wink, nod, nod. It's coming soon, and it's StewPod. But anyway, I've been interviewing some OSU legends. So far, it's been wrestling oriented. I interviewed Sean Salmon, who I wasn't familiar with Sean Salmon. And then, we talked about it. And then afterwards, I went back and, looked up what he said his biggest regret in his life was. And I can see that. Sean, we're friends. I don't want any beef because you could kick my ass through the internet. But, he got knocked the fuck out. And it was a clip that apparently went viral. But I saw that. And I can see why you became the superhuman that you are. Another guy, his name's George Pardos. Anybody familiar with George Pardos? All right, George Pardos is pardon my French, a badass motherfucker. He is, okay? This guy, I talked to this guy for like an hour and a half, not knowing his past. But one thing that I took away from that conversation was people at OSU were so much cooler back in the 70s and 80s. Right? All right. This man told me a story where he went to a bar on campus, and this guy was like a nationally ranked wrestler for the Ohio State University. And he ended up paying, getting on the bill to wrestle a bear. A fucking real live goddamn bear. And this guy pinned a bear. I shit you not, for 20 seconds. And it's that point that he realized that bears have multiple shoulders. And he fucking grabbed my buddy. And my buddy said, nope, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Later. So don't fuck with, the people that I run with because I'm collecting them like Pokemon. I digress. Nobody likes my, tough guy stories or, my sports cards. So I guess we need to just, get into the comedy. So tonight we are at the, road to Lizard Palooza. And at least I don't think that our third potential comedian showed up. Sean G, are you out there? Sean G is not in the building. And I don't see Kathy J in the building. Ivan and whatever your friend's name is, call her out in the future. I need to talk to her because we need to get her back for more open mic, with less obligations. But anyway, as I digress, we have been narrowed down to 2 competitors for our road to Lizard Palooza, which the grand prize is a $100 gift card to Leapin' Lizard, care of Bailey Digital Media, and our executive producer and patron of the arts, who just so fucking happens to be in the building this evening. So I am gonna, raise our glass. Make sure that you tipped Sammy well on the beverage that you purchased this evening. We're gonna raise our glass and we're gonna, salute and cheers my good friend who is in the bar tonight. So on the count of 3, we're gonna yell Steve as loud as we can. All right, 1, 2, 3, Steve. All right. I thank Steve, and I'm sorry that the microphone smells like bourbon now. Apologies to our first open mic competitor for the road to Lizard Palooza, who could win that $100 gift card and a paid 5 to 10 minutes, depending on availability and scheduling, at Lizard Palooza, which happens this weekend at Leap and Lizard. It is sponsored by Gallows Kitchen, the Glentertainment, Bailey Digital Media, and am I missing anything? All right. Food Trucks Friday, Gallows Food on Saturday. We have some amazing comedian hosts. On Friday, I, Buster Chestnut, will be co-hosting with Ailica, who is our opener this evening. You will see after the open mic competition. But anyway, and Saturday we have Josh Albert and Tyson Colson. You may have heard of them. If you haven't, I highly suggest you come down and check out their comedic hosting abilities and Gallows food, man. Like Gallows. Everybody loves Gallows. I used to go to Gallows Kitchen on Mardi Gras just because he knows how to throw a party. So, and then me and Ailica will be back on Sunday to host on Father's Day. Hopefully Father can come in attendance on Father's Day. Sorry, spoiler alert. There is somebody important in the audience. Not my father, obviously. He's been dead for a long time. But without further ado, and talking about my father, because that'll come later. We got some people in the audience that I need to bullshit with. So, without further ado, I am going to bring up our first open mic competitor this evening. Put your hands together for Frank DeMint.
How you doing, Leaping Lizard? Yeah. I'm the oldest comic you're going to see tonight. I'm so old my back gets stiff more than my dick. I'm so old I have to lube my joints more than my dick. I am so old I used National Geographic magazine to masturbate to. Now I watch Pornhub not to masturbate but to reminisce. Yes, to reminisce. I started eating pussy at the age of 13. My tongue became muscle bound. That's why I sound like this. People hear my voice and say, bless his heart. Is he okay? And I'm okay, but it does bring up my greatest fear, and that's having a stroke on stage, and nobody notices. Is he slurring his words? Who the fuck can tell? Who the fuck can tell? I don't have a speech impairment. I have a limited edition accent. Yeah. Only a few of us are chosen. Little known fact, Abraham had a lisp. Yeah, the chosen people aren't the Jews. Those of us with a lisp. Yeah. What do you call a person with a lisp? A lisper? How about a group of people with lisps? Lisperers or lispertarians? Neither one sounds very good, does it? I don't mean to whistle when I talk. It's my tongue freestyling. I tried to use Siri the other day. She thought I was trying to summon a snake. Yeah. My dentist asked me if I floss. I said only when I say the word floss, and I do it twice a day. And don't get me started on birthday candles. When I blow them out, someone's calling FEMA, the CDC. They certainly are. Yeah, most people leave smudges on glasses. I leave condensation. I gave an inspiration speech to a friend before a big job interview. He said it was inspiring, also very humid. I was on a date the other night. The girl said I had such a unique voice. That's Lisp code for I'm trying to figure out what that last vowel was. Having a lisp is like being given a microphone that only plays in stereo and spits in your face. When I say succulent sandwich, it sounds like I'm pressure washing a sidewalk. People say I should get speech therapy. Why would I pay anyone to change my personality? I wouldn't do that. I was in the U.S. Army. I had signed up to be a medical lab tech, but during induction, military intelligence, an oxymoron if I've ever heard one, wanted to talk to me. So I went and talked to them. They wanted me to go in linguistics. I said, what? I'm not fucking this language up bad enough? You need me to fuck up another one? And while we're at it, I don't think radio operator or air traffic controller would be good choices either. I'd kill more people than the terrorist. I certainly would. Didn't you notice I sound something like the love child of Barbara Waters and Mike Tyson? Something between the bishop on Princess Bride and Barry Kripke, A Big Bang Theory, and maybe a little Elmer Fudd. Where's that rascally rabbit? I really don't hear my speech impairment myself when I'm speaking, but if someone records me unbeknownst to me and plays it back, I'm like, who's that stupid motherfucker? Embarrassing as hell getting catfished by your own voice. And my mother, she didn't help me out much. She named my brother Nick. I can pronounce Nick, but she named me Frank. But it could have been worse. It could have been Francis or Francisco, or worse of all, Roy. How about if my last name had been O'Reilly? Roy O'Reilly and his brother Coy. That would just been a disaster. And while I was in the Army, I finished up my bachelor's degree. And I waited till the very end to take my foreign language requirement for, well, obvious reasons. First, I thought about French. I thought that nasal sound would cover up my list. Bonjour, sacre rendezvous. No, that just made me more incomprehensible. Then I thought about Spanish, but then I realized I can roll a joint, both types. But I can't roll an all. It sounds something like this. Oh, sound like a velociraptor. So I took sign language. I'll show you here. If you didn't get that, that was pussy, but my hand also has a lisp. Such a shame. Such a shame. As I've gotten older, people mistake my speech impairment for an accent. And I wish I had thought about that in high school, because in high school, when you have a lisp and acne, you ain't getting no pussy. It's just not fucking happening. But I could have told a good story. I could have said, I'm from Transmania. It's southeast of Romania. Our major exports are dildos and pocket pussies. I'd just be beating them off. Just beating them off. There's 3 words I say that most people don't understand. Full, wheeled, and well. Didn't understand a single one of those fucking words, did you? The problem is I like my steak medium rare. Yeah. Waitress looks at me sort of confused, says, you want that well done? I said, no, I don't want to eat shoe leather. I want it red in the middle. But that didn't help out much out either, did it? But after a minute or two, we usually get the order right. But recently I was in the restaurant. Waitress got my order right off the bat. I was dumbfounded. I was bewildered. Then I realized I was in a Chinese restaurant. Then they served me medium well cat. Yeah. Restaurant was in Springfield. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Another thing about having a lisp, especially when I was younger, it's sort of like having a gay doll jammer. You know, people thought you were gay, like I say, especially when I was younger. Like, for instance, when a girl wasn't interested in the guy, you know, she'd usually say, I think of you as my brother. I think of you as my gay friend. And yeah, I had gay guys hit up on me, and yeah, I flirted back, because who doesn't like free drinks, huh, ladies? They all boomed back around on me, because when I was a young man, I was attracted to female celebrities that ended up being lesbians, like Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen DeGeneres, and Hillary Clinton. So does that make me a trans lesbian? And do I get to keep my original equipment? Just have questions? Yes, have questions. There was this one time my ex-wife and I and her brothers and those wives making a trip to Florida, and my ex-wife was driving them. She's getting off to the right side of the road and hitting those bumps going. And his brother Jeff sitting behind her next to me was laughing his ass off. She turned around and said, what's so fucking funny, Jeff? I looked up at her and said, he wants me to say rumble strip. Fucking prick. Talking about pricks, who's the prick that put the S in lisp, huh? I think it was Shakespeare. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Motherfucker. And who's the asshole Apple that came up with Siri, huh? Bet some pothead computer geek thinking of a guy like me saying, Siri, where is Riley Wright, the real Wright? Siri, where is Roberta's rumba room and rotisserie? Siri, where is Sally's seashell she shack? Motherfucker. Motherfucker. I'm going to close on this one. I look like Duck Dynasty and sound like Daffy Duck. I look like Gandalf and sound like his retarded brother. I look like Jack Black and sound like Sylvester the Cat, suffering succotash. I look like Jerry Garcia and sound like him on an acid trip. I look like Ron Jeremy and sound like him with a dick in his mouth. But I can't suck my own dick because if I could, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't be this fat because I know no one can suck my dick better than me because no one knows me better than me. That's been my time. I've been Frank the Myth. Let's bring back your host.
All right. And just to let everybody know, out watching the stream, that the voting is live. We have started it. That may be a kneecap for our next performer. But, he is not a stranger to kneecaps. That's a weird parlay or, segue, parlay, whatever. Speaking of parlays, DraftKings should totally talk to me about, sponsorships. I'm out here. I'm looking for sponsorships. But, once again, I need to grab my drink. Fucking all the time. Speaking of sponsorships, I would hope, maybe DraftKings would sponsor me, potentially Garage Beer because that shit's awesome. But our current sponsor for Phygital Nights is a man, the myth, the legend, Steve Merrick, who is in the house tonight. Everybody give a round of applause for Steve. And why are you standing here? Because I'm about to shout you out and make you do some work. Well, speaking of people doing their job, everybody needs to make sure that Sammy gets behind the bar and, you order a drink from her so that, you can, tip her very well. And we can be ready to cheers our patron of the arts once again. At the count of 3, I want everybody to cheers to Steve. All right. Are you ready? Sammy? You're not ready, but whatever. Tip Sammy when you get a drink. All right. On a count of 3 to Steve. 1, 2, 3. Steve! All right. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up this kneecapped comedian. And I call him that because the night I begged him to come out, I brought in a ringer who was Frank the Myth. So he got second place that night. And thankfully, Frank, got off, the competition because that next week he came through and became our week 4 champion and snuck into the finals of Road to LIzardPalooza. Without further ado, let's bring our next comedian to the stage. If you like to vote online. But in the bar, let's put our hands together for Mr. Sam Gibbs. My mom is going to call me out for that, by the way. Just saying. You already did once.
That's alcohol abuse, Buster. You spilled your drink. Come on. Buster, I was going to say that Frank looks like your dad, but you look older than Frank. Like it's crazy. Yeah. What are we how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, watching baseball. Baseball's fun. Baseball's America's favorite pastime. I don't remember when, because I don't think I was alive when it was America's favorite pastime. Baseball's changed a lot. Now that like they have a pitch clock and like they identify the pitches. Like I don't know how you identify them. To me, they all just do things at the end. Like a curveball goes straight and curves down. Like some guys' dicks are like that. My dick's like a slider. It's small and smells like onions. Yeah. You know, my girlfriend told me I was the nicest guy she's ever dated. She's dated some real pieces of shit. I mean, like, really. It doesn't take much to be better than, like, a deadbeat dad. And that's, like, who her exes are. A lot of like, just one deadbeat dad is her main ex. It's like her main rival. Do you know any deadbeat dads, sir? No, you don't know any deadbeat dads? One thing I've noticed about deadbeat dads is they always just tell you how good of a father they are. And it's always stuff that's just like not really that great. Like, I take care of my fucking kid, man. His birthday runs around, I text him. It's like, hell yeah. Yeah, good for you. I take him to Speedway. I get him some Gatorade 2 for $6. None of that big gulp shit. My kid deserves the best. You're like, yeah. I just agree with crazy people when they talk to me. Does anybody else have that same strategy? Like when crazy people just talk to, I don't want to get shanked. I'll just agree. Yeah. Like when crazy people talk to me and they just start saying things, I just agree. I'm a sicko fan for crazy people. Like no matter what. Like one guy told me that Keanu Reeves was the second coming of Christ. I was just like, yeah, I think he is. He's the one. Neo. Yes. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He fixed the future. Keanu Reeves is Christ. I'm starting a cult. I feel like the main reason to have a cult is just to get blown. Especially by like other people's wives. Like that's the main reason to have a cult. I'm just going to call my cult like the cult of Blow Sam. Like that's just all it's going to be. Blowjobs are fun. I mean, no one dislikes blowjobs except maybe like people who are forced to give blowjobs, but blowjobs are fun. I dated a nymphomaniac, which sounds cool, but we did acid for her birthday, and like I had a bad trip, like really bad trip. The next day, I was just having panic attacks, and she was trying to calm me down, so she just kept on blowing me. Which sounds cool until like the third, fourth, fifth one, you're just like, this actually hurts. This is not calming me down. This is doing the opposite. Like it's making me freak out more. I never thought I'd have to say in a relationship, can you please stop blowing me? But I did. That was my longest relationship. It really was. 29 years. Do you have that problem, Michael? Will she just not stop blowing you? No, he just will not stop. That's a keeper right there. Miss Amber. Miss Amber is a keeper. She keeps that mouth on that cock. Speaking of which, I like MILFs. I like MILF porn. I like MILFs and I like MILFs in porn. MILFs in porn seem like they're doing it for the love of the cock. Like it's less that they're just doing it for the love of coke or meth. Like it's also for the love of the cock. Like they just really... I want to see people having fun while they're making my porn. You know, I want it to be fun. I don't want people like not having a good time. Some things are better in porn than in real life. Like anal, a lot better in porn than in real life. It never runs that smoothly in real life. Threesomes, also better in porn than in real life. It never runs that smoothly in real life. Usually just, it seems like a great idea. Usually it's just really awkward. Do you like threesomes, Miss Amber? Not anymore. That is a keeper right there. That is a keeper. Yeah, one thing is there's like I guess some guys have a fantasy about like having a threesome with twins. Like, you know how it's like what's going to make this awkward situation less awkward? Incest. And also, I don't really see the point like of having a threesome with a set of twins. It's like I just had sex with this girl. Why would I then want to have sex with a girl who looks just like the girl I just had sex with? You could just fuck that same girl again. Yeah. Threesomes and porn. Shower sex, also something better in porn than in real life. Especially if you have like, if you live in a trailer. Like trailer park sex, cool. Trailer park shower sex, no. You got to get like a walk-in shower. And not just any walk-in shower, like a fucking shower. Shout out to Alica, one of the features tonight. No, you're okay. Everybody poops. She's taking a shit. No, I'm kidding. I don't think she's actually. But yeah, fucking showers. Fucking showers. There's a fucking shower section at Menards. Fuck Home Depot. Save your marriage at Menards. That's what I say. Well, I got one last one, and then I'll. Do you want the stand? I got one last one. I grew up with TV Land. I watched Andy Griffith. Something I realized about Andy Griffith is if he responded to 9/11, Barney Fife would have become Barney Rubble. Buster, where are you going? Steve! I'm going to give one more shout out to Steve. And then one big shout out to Buster Chestnut. He's going to blow one all over your face. Yes, that was too much enthusiasm.
I mean, I am quite excited for this evening. All right. I don't actually know how many people are watching right now. All right. So far there is 0 votes on my channel. Does anybody see any votes? Hey, Wilson, can I ask a favor real quick? Can you see if anybody's chatting on the Michael's computer because he's not around? Because I want to make sure we have true competition and true voting prowess in this, totally legitimate competition. All right. Have you submitted your vote, Sam? Yeah. All right. Frank, have you submitted your vote online? Because, I mean, I'm not going to do it like I've done in the past. It's not double votes, but the online vote does count. It is legit. All right. So while we're wasting time a little bit, I might as well, do a little bit of my sets. All right. So this is a little jarring. Just fair warning. I'm a little loud. Michael, can you make sure, ask the chat of your chat to see who they think wins? Frank the Mint or Mr. Sam Gibbs. And I'm going to, fill a little bit of time just to make sure, we have enough time to get the proper amount of votes. We need a fair, competition here. But I'm going to comment on something, and it's going to be loud and jarring. Motherfucker. Or I like to call him Dad. We used to have these, crazy arguments, spit flying everywhere. I just realized that I have a huge spotlight right here that was not intentional. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna unplug it. There we go. Michael, can I get these lights for our professional entertainers? All right. So far, to my chat, Frank is winning. All right. But we will, we'll come back to that here in about 5 minutes. But anyway, so I got, in this argument with my dad, which was a regular occurrence. Spit was usually flying everywhere. This, that. We were stubborn. We were basically the same fucking person arguing with the other person. But, as soon as I yelled that, that regular insult, motherfucker, I stopped in my tracks. Time just stood still. And at that point, I realized what I was saying was actually biological fact. He was, in fact, a motherfucker. Yeah, and I am the direct result of his worst pullout game ever. And I basically told that story to the audience. I appreciate you. There are people in the audience and in the audience online who actually knew the great Jim Bailey. My sisters probably aren't watching, and since they aren't watching, fuck you. You should watch and vote and support. And if not, I'll probably see you next weekend at Confest. But anyway, not promoting Confest. I'm going to promote the next greatest, entertainment and food and comedy festival that's coming up that doesn't have the name Pride. And that is what audience, what's the name of that weird festival that's coming up? No. It's coming up, here. Hey, random stranger out of the audience. Random stranger. Hey, random stranger that has long hair. What's happening this weekend? Stranger, come here. Is there something, a festival of some sort that's happening this weekend that, you could, I didn't want to throw somebody on the bus, but I'm throwing you on the bus. Tell me how that muffler looks. Michael, come talk about what's happening this weekend here. No. Come here. Yes. Real quick. Promo.
LIzardPalooza. This will be what, fourth year, I think. LIzardPalooza is a celebration of when the Lippin Lizard became a bar under the control of my wife and I. We were longtime customers. The bar's been here for about 40 years. We're big supporters of creativity and artists and everybody else that's trying to do something in their career that is not necessarily the same way of going through the same process everybody else did. And we're big supporters of that. And if you've got talent, then this is the kind of place that you might want to show off some of your skills. Recently, it's been comedy. But we started doing some live streaming on our channel for music, for artists in Columbus over the last 4 years. LIzardPalooza is a celebration of those artists in Columbus. All of the best artists in Columbus are here every LIzardPalooza, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, singer-songwriter Sunday, as we call it. So if you want a chill Sunday, this is where you're going to hear all the best singer-songwriters in Columbus. So Friday, Saturday, great musicians that you'll see every Wednesday night here, as well as all of the artists that play here every Friday, and they're all local. So I want to thank you guys all for watching this. And tonight we're presenting this on our channel because the comedians that have been doing Tuesday nights here are amazing, and they're going to do some in-between stuff between bands this year during our live stream during LIzardPalooza. And so I'm really excited to bring comedy into LIzardPalooza along with all of these new artists. And not only that, to bring that to all of the country and all of the nation on your TV, fully licensed so nobody can shut us down, doing what we're doing every week, bringing you live artists and comedians into your home. So try to embrace independent media and independent broadcasting, because that's what you're going to get from here at LIzardPalooza. Thank you, guys. Josh, come take the mic before I start talking about funny stuff.
I mean, save the funny stuff for later, Michael. I still didn't see your name on the open mic list just yet. Okay. We are about to the epiphany moment for one of these comedians. Okay, so I saw at least 3 votes for Sam Gibbs on, the chat. I saw 1 official vote for Sam Gibbs in the poll. Do we have any updated votes, Michael? Do you see any? Okay. All right. So Frank is how many votes? How many votes? All right. So we got 2 votes for Frank from the Leaping Lizard stream. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Hopefully it looks great. If not, let us know, and we can work out some of the kinks before this weekend. All right. So we have 2 votes for Frank on your stream, right? I have 3 votes in the comments for Sam. I don't know if it's a duplicate vote in the voting widget. Let's check this out real quick. Hold on. All right. All right. So there is officially 1 vote for Sam Gibbs on the line, or on the poll. So that is technically 4 votes to 2. Sam Gibbs is winning at this point. But now, the defining factor is the in-person, physical part of Phygital Nights. And we're going to vote here in the bar. So make sure you're ready. Vote for the person you feel best represents, the comedy we're trying to bring and who we want to see this weekend at Lizard Palooza. And, we're going to go reverse order for how we perform. So in the bar, knowing that the vote is 4-2 currently online, who votes for Mr. Sam Gibbs? Jesus, Sam, you didn't even vote for yourself. Ouch. All right. And just audience opinion. If you vote for Frank DeMint, cheer now. Sam, you have 1 chance for a rebuttal. You have a minute. Tell the people, online why they should, vote for you. Oh, then they came in later. So 7. Okay. What do we do here, guys? What do we do here? Okay. Here's the deal. 1 more time for the winner of the $100 gift card, care of Bailey Digital Media and our patron of the arts, Steve Merrick, who's around here somewhere, is going to go to whoever we vote right now in person. No cheating online, okay? But I will give a come back to me. I will give a consolation prize to whoever does not win, and they will be performing at some point during Lizard Palooza. Okay. All right. Last final vote in the bar counts. Everybody who votes for Frank DeMint, let me hear it. All right, that is very loud. All right. And 1 last vote to decide it all. Sam Gibbs. All right. We do have a winner. Mr. Mash, come up here, please. Frank DeMint. All right, we do need to get the show rolling, but please say a few words and accept this $100 gift card from Bailey Digital Media.
Thank you all very much for listening to all of us, and see you at Palooza.
And consolation prize, Sam, before you leave, talk to me. We will get you sometime at LIzardPalooza. Bet. Thank you for coming out and supporting Phygital Nights. We appreciate you. All right. All right, I'm gonna save a little bit. And we're just all right. Do you need any help setting up? We have plenty of people in the all right. Well, you know, I'm just gonna put a few words out in the world. First being thank you to our our showcase opener performer this evening. This person, is their own person. They may be a little bit loud. They may be a little bit eccentric, but I love this person so much, and I hope that she gets all the opportunities in the world that she deserves. So let's welcome to the stage the one, the only, the fan favorite at Leaving Lizard, and LIzardPalooza coming up. The one, the only, Alika.
Wherever I look best. It was nice that you didn't say I was weird this time, because frankly, that is so insulting when you call me weird. Insulting to weird people because they don't want to be associated with me. Yeah, let's be nice. Hello, my name is Alika. And I have recently been thinking a lot about researcher bias as I confront the fact that my own dissertation research in food, trade, and agricultural policy, my own research in economic anthropology, is exactly the kind of research you're supposed to ignore when you go online to do your own research. The kind that's funded by the National Science Foundation, Fulbright, and things like that, right? And people say, oh, Alika, you're pansexual. Well, I'm not going to tattoo a pan on my ass and give it any ideas of what it should look like. Yeah, I said it at an open mic recently. I said, my ass is still all right, but that was a vast over-exaggeration. My ass used to be nice. What happened? But yeah, I'm not giving it any ideas. So yes, as an economic anthropologist, we're often concerned with things like, oh, how do people display wealth and status? Right? Is it the nice car? Is it the fancy clothes? Is it how you talk? Is that how people know you're rich? Well, I say sure, sometimes sure, but frankly, it's telling statements like this from RFK Jr. I used to do cocaine off of toilet seats, the man said. Off of toilet seats. I have to say, you have to be pretty damn rich to risk your cocaine on toilet seats. I have done some calculations. That's right. In my estimate, look, I don't do drugs. I did bartend for the better part of a decade, and I have witnessed cocaine. In my estimation, one cocaine is worth a lot of dollars to the 10th power. And the more cocaine you do, the fewer dollars, the less dollars you have in your pocket, right? If I did this joke and a fellow, he came up after me, tried to blow up my whole set, he starts saying, well, Alika, did you know that one cocaine, it's record cheap right now. One cocaine is only $35 to $40, he says. Mr. Goody 220s out there bragging about how he has multiple tens of dollars a night to spend on entertainment. So I'm up in Cleveland explaining that, and a fellow who's a friend of mine up there at Comic TK, he says, oh, Alika, you poor, naive white woman, I want to help you out. See, if one cocaine costs $35 to $40, that's called one meth, he said. 1 meth. He said, yeah, that's 1 meth. I feel like he would know because the government, he got in some trouble with the government, The government was very jealous of his ability to sell intoxicants. They thought he was doing a better job than they could do with the cigarettes and the alcohol. Yes, they said, oh, sir, you have better hours. You're more fun. Everyone wants to buy cocaine from you. No one wants to buy our cigarettes and our alcohol anymore. What they seem not to understand is there is an additive effect, right? The more cocaine you do, the more you're awake to smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol. But yes, it was nice of him to help me out. So yes, to risk your cocaine on a toilet seat, what happens if you drop your cocaine in the water, right? You have literally only one choice, but to drink that entire toilet bowl of water. And we know that it's difficult, right? You can't do that with the Coke straw. It's too short. And it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous to drink a whole toilet bowl of water, as we saw many years ago in that radio contest, right? So yeah, you have to be pretty damn wealthy to risk your cocaine on toilet seats. So this board broke, and it occurred to me, Coke makes regular folks broke. That's why you don't risk it on toilet seats. Actually, before I get to this, I always felt that I'd missed my calling as an old-timey advertisement and sloganeer kind of person, right? I missed my calling as an old-timey ad man or sloganeer. So my friend Jerry, he said, Ailika, you need to work into this joke, the fact that if you're snorting cocaine off a toilet seat, you could get hit in the head with the lid. And I'm like, good Lord, if there's a lid, why are you not using the lid for your cocaine? So, can't find a place to put a line in your face. Can't find a place to put a line in your face. The restroom has room. And I know what you're thinking. The bathroom has room sounds a better ring. It sounds better. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I fucked that up. Don't let the lid hit you in the head. You could end up dead. Instead, use that lid as a flat plane to contain your cocaine. I feel it's snappy. I don't know. I'll get your opinion afterward. Focus group it here. So yes, I started to wonder. So this board broke and I had an idea. And I started to wonder, maybe, see, Charlie is another word for cocaine, right? Started to wonder, maybe is this why people think Erica Kirk chucked her husband? Is it because Charlie shortens to Chuck? And people think something broke in her, perhaps, and she decided to chuck Kirk. And I know people always ask, well, why is Erica Kirk so hastily drawn? And I say, I don't know. I don't do her makeup. They say, why are her eyes not crazy enough? And I say, well, you know, as an artist, to capture a person's eyes, you really need to sit down with them. And I have not actually met the demon that inhabits her soul. So I couldn't capture that exactly. So I will say, in my training to become an economic anthropologist, I actually lived with we topped out at 17 people, but consistently with about 14 people in a house much smaller. I would say a third the size of this bar. I said house, shack. And this was in the Bolivian Amazon, right? And we lived with 14 people in there. And for whatever reason, the men there, they just developed these new ideas about what you should do with the latrine. They said, you can't go pee in the latrine. They were very, very adamant that the latrine should only smell like shit. This latrine will only smell like shit. Ladies, go piss in the jungle where you might get eaten by a big cat. And I have to say, you know, during Pride, it pains me to say this because I always said, you know, you can't be too gay. You can't be too gay presenting. It's not possible to be too gay. But I say as a woman, being willing to be eaten by a giant pussy just to have a piss in the wilderness, that is too gay. That is too gay. It's too gay for me. I'm sorry. And actually, my father alerted me a while back to a story from Honduras where I did my dissertation research, one of the poorest countries in the world. There was a man who was selling pancakes in this shape. Yes, he was selling dick and ball shaped pancakes. And then the government came down on him unjustly. They said, you can't do that. It's lewd and you don't have a permit. not having a permit never stopped anyone in Honduras before, but oh, that's too lewd. And I say this is sexism. This is sexism in action because we, our entire lives, have been eating boob-shaped pancakes. All pancakes are boob-shaped. This is sexism. And it's wrong. It's deeply wrong. Well, thank you for having me. I think that is... I would gladly bore the people with some other comedy, but I think that's my time, Buster. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So while we take a moment for Ailica. By the way, big round of applause for Ailica. Thank you so much. Ailica will be helping me host on Friday and Sunday of Lizard Palooza. So definitely come back and check this out. Hey Michael, can I get a little camera work assistance, please? Just for a moment. Michael, can I get your help real quick? Yeah, you. I know I can get his attention somehow. By the way, next performer, do you want me to even put this back in the... Can you hit the dismiss button on this computer real quick? I just realized my timer is going off and so unprofessional. Sorry. It is. It's pleasant, if you will. Did you want me to put this back in the mic stand, or I'll just hand it to you? All right. So I need to put this. All right. Well, fuck it. Hold on. I'm gonna do a little promo just for fun. They are not a sponsor, but if they choose to become a sponsor, I really do enjoy drinking garage beer. They are local to Columbus, and it's pretty good. Hold on, let's taste this batch. Yep, it's good. It tastes local. All right, so with that, that halfway advertisement for a sponsor that isn't paying me money, we're gonna move on to our featured act this evening. And usually I prepare, these sweet, intros, but people made fun of me, so I said fuck it and didn't do it this week. But our next performer has been here before. He is, in the lizard, realm with all of us, lizard family, if you will. But anyway, I enjoy this performer. Every time I have to follow him, I feel, a little belittled because of the immense talent that comes out of this man's brain. Without further ado, let's put our hands together for the feature act this evening, Steve Spoonhour.
Thank you. How's it going, Leaping Lizards? We hanging in there? Okay, I'll take that as a tepid yes. What's up, guys? My name's Steve. I am from Columbus. I love it here. I even have a shirt that says, I heart Columbus. Now, one time I took a trip to Albuquerque, and I made the mistake of wearing my I Heart Columbus shirt to the Native American Heritage Museum. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the museum. One thing they teach you is that not everyone hearts Columbus. I was getting so many dirty looks, too. I was like, oh, my God. They're Michigan fans. Now, it turns out they're not really fans of any state, and I was asked to leave, which was pretty surprising. I mean, the shirt was a hit at the Colonization Enjoyment Museum. Yeah. Who clapped for that? No, but I was asked to leave. I was trying to plead my case. I was like, would it help my case if I told you that I myself was 0.2% Cherokee? So now I'm being haunted by ancient native spirits, which is not good. The spirits are making me say regrettable things to women, which I don't think is my fault, because how come whenever a guy and his wife are expecting a baby, he can go online and be like, we're pregnant. But if I ask my girl if we're on our period, then I'm wrong. Now, outside looking in, I feel as though having a period would not be that bad. It looks manageable. I said this to my now ex-girlfriend one time, and she was like, oh, well, having a period wouldn't be that bad. Well, how would you like it if once a month you bled out of your butthole? And I was like, babe, that happens way more than once a month. If that was my period, I would have no eggs. And you guys are probably wondering, how does this guy know what eggs are? I'm an ally. Yeah. Now, the first time I told that joke, there was a girl sitting up front, and she corrected me. And she was like, it's actually not the egg that comes out, it's the lining. And I was taken aback by this information, so I had to verify with a trusted source. I was like, fellas, is this true? Bros in the room, can you verify this information? Turns out she was right. That's what I like about comedy, though. You get a lot of chances to learn things, and I've been trying to become more cultured lately. Like, I recently went back and watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the original. It's kind of a messed up movie, though, right? Like, what is the moral of the story here? Like, a child will die in a completely preventable accident. Right. But a child will die in an accident, and then the Oompa Loompas will just come out and be like, well, to be fair, ma'am, your son was fat. He liked chocolate a lot. So if you think about it, he kind of got what he deserved. Everything in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it's like they're killing kids over stuff that's not that bad. Like that one girl dies because she likes chewing gum too much. Although this takes place, like the original was written in like the 40s or 50s, I think. So like at least it wasn't like anti-race mixing. You know what I mean? It's kind of a small victory. Could have been way worse. Now, when I went back and watched this movie, I rented it on YouTube, which is how you should watch all movies, because you get the combination of classic film with YouTube comments. My favorite comment is very conspiratorial. You guys are laughing at Willy Wonka, but this shit really happens. People on YouTube have conspiracy theories about everything. But most of the comments were just making fun of the fat kid who died, which I could not abide by. So I had to jump in there and defend him. I was like, guys, to be fair, they did invite a child with an eating disorder to the river of chocolate. And then everyone in the YouTube comments was like, that's a good point, Steve. We didn't see it that way. We YouTube commenters had one viewpoint, but because you made such a sound argument, we have changed our opinion. Yeah, I'm kidding. They told me to kill myself, actually. I try to be pretty socially aware. I try. I mean, we do live in uncertain times, as it were. But it could be worse. There used to be a time not so long ago where you could be publicly executed for shit. Like they would just bring you in front of an angry crowd. Or worse, imagine being publicly executed in front of a crowd that's just not that into it. You're just up there on the gallows. Is that guy on his phone? Executioner's like, oh, do you have any last words? I mean, I don't know, man. I had some stuff I was going to say, but now I think I should just test some new shit. Back in the day, they would like parade you through the streets before they executed you, which would suck if you lived in like the medieval equivalent of Reynoldsburg. I do like history, though. There's a part of me that I'm deeply ashamed of, where I want to be a Civil War reenactor. For the North. For the North. I want to be a Civil War reenactor but I want to put my own spin on it. When the bullets start flying, I'm not going down. And they can't make me go down because none of the guns are real. Just like dodging cannonballs like the Matrix. Just imagine like a bullet just like bouncing off. He's like, and they're like, all right, dude, that one definitely hit you. And I'm like, no. It bounced off my necklace that was given to me by Harriet Tubman. Oh, I'm sorry. Harriet Spanauer. That's the problem with reenactments, man. They don't have a main character. You guys ever seen Antiques Roadshow? I love Antiques Roadshow. Like, I love how random all this shit is. And I love it no matter how random an object that someone brings onto Antiques Roadshow, they always have an expert on it. Like, what do you mean this guy has his PhD in kitchen utensils? I'm sorry, babe. I already told you I can't take the kids this weekend. We just discovered a new type of spoon. Sometimes people bring dark shit onto Antiques Roadshow. Like one time this white lady brought on a slave collar, which is pretty crazy. And naturally, the Antiques Roadshow guy was like, where did you get this? Exactly. And she was like, oh, this has been in my family for generations. Now, my question was, how many generations? If it was me, I would just say I found it. You know? Yeah, man. Yeah. I've been working on myself. Sometimes I tell a joke, and it reminds me that I should be working on myself. I've been going to the gym. Been working on that. Not because I want to be super huge or anything, because I feel like trying to become as big as possible is like a recipe to start feeling like insecure and shit. That's why I've been going to the Arnold every year and just holding up a sign that says, you are enough. Yeah. We went to the Arnold. That sign worked. Me and my friend watched a guy deadlift 1,000 pounds. And on our way out, he was like, do you see that guy just deadlifted 1,000 pounds? That guy's a monster. I was like, no, he's a person. But I do try to be socially aware. There are causes that I care about. Like mental health is a big one for me. I used to have a friend who had a pretty bad case of schizophrenia. We would always mess with him. Like one time we planted a microchip in his brain that transmitted all of his thoughts to the CIA. But get this, somehow he found out about it. Turns out Taylor Swift snitched on us, and she had been subliminally messaging him through all of her music, and that's how he caught on. But schizophrenia wouldn't be a problem if the voices in people's heads were more helpful. Like, why can't the voices ever just be like, the tax deadline is April 15th? All right, I'll do one more and then I'll get out of here. Guys, I am almost 28 years old, and I have become so bitter and jaded in my old age. Like, why do rappers always have to rap about how they're going to fuck my bitch? That's no way to treat a fan. Yeah. Like, wow, I'm so excited to support this up-and-coming artist. Oh, he's going to have sex with my girlfriend? Great. Hey, well, he's gonna get her pregnant, and what? I'm gonna raise this guy's son? Ridiculous. Take him to Kings Island and help him work up the courage to ride the tallest coasters so that he knows that he can overcome his fears? Maybe I catch him and his friends smoking weed, but I don't tell his mom because I want him to know that I'm an adult figure that he can trust. Help him get through college, and then I get the diagnosis. It's terminal. And on my deathbed, this kid's going to take me by the hand and tell me that I was more of a father figure to him than his own biological dad ever was. And at that moment, I will know that all of the struggle of raising him was worth it because he grew into such a fine young man. All because Playboy Cardi fucked my bitch? All right, guys. Thanks so much. Shout out Leaping Lizards. You guys are great. All right. Give it up for Buster, everyone.
Keep it going for Steve. And no offense to Spoon Hour, but you are the second most celebrated Steve in the Lizard this evening. That is a very prestigious, position. And I lost my beverage. There it is. Thank you. I appreciate you. So real quick, one more time. He's probably outside the door. No, he's not. I see him. He's a blues brother hiding at the bar. But we are going to raise our glass one more time real quick for our patron of the arts, executive producer, who's in-house this evening. Thank you, Steve. 1, 2, 3. Steve! Steve. Both Steves, by the way. We love all Steves here. Just saying. All right, so all right. I was gonna take 5, but I'll save it for later. You good? All right, so our next performer, like I said earlier, I usually pronounce all this AI bullshit, but not tonight. We're showing my true hosting abilities this evening. So this next comedian, who is our headliner this evening, was introduced to me by a mutual friend of the program, that is Bailey Digital Media, one of my podcasting partners, which we're coming out. We're slow rolling a new podcast called Special Teams Unit, or Stupod if you're nasty, and we're interviewing superhumans who also have a Buckeye background. So far, we've interviewed George Pardos. We've interviewed Sean Salmon. Mark Coleman is coming up. I'm still talking to you, brother. He had an event tonight. I originally tried to get him here tonight, but he got booked in Vegas, and I don't have booking in Vegas money. So we will have to get him here at the Leaping Lizard, either the 23rd or the 30th. So stay tuned for a fucking champion. Our theme this week has been champions and competition. Congratulations to Frank DeMint once again. Big round of applause to Frank for winning the competition that was the Road to Lizard Palooza. We are going to do more competitions in the future, but tonight we're going to finish off the evening with our headliner, and then we're going to do our regular old open mic. It sounds tried and true, but we got some fun performers this evening, so stick around, sign up if you haven't. If you're not here, get here and sign up for the open mic. We will appreciate it. You might get some practice, I don't know, but without further ado, I am gonna, first of all, wish this man a recent happy birthday. All right, he joined the club of the old men, the unk status. If we're talking, the kids here. But anyway, big happy birthday, big congratulations. Thank you for making your stage debut here at Leaping Lizard with Phygital Nights, presented by Bailey Digital Media and Buster Chestnut Cards. Put a warm Lizard welcome to our headliner, Jay Brock.
Give it up for your host, Buster Chestnut. What's going on? Leaping Lizards? I'm gonna need y'all to make some more noise than that. I called off work to be in this motherfucker tonight. I'm gonna need y'all to make some noise. What's going on, Leaping Lizards? All right, there we go, man. It feels good to be doing comedy back in the city because I just got back from Atlanta. And Atlanta is a different place. Atlanta's a different place. I did a show down there. I got hit on by a dude and a chick at the same damn time. They was competing, trying to see which way I was going to go. And the girl was beautiful. I ain't going to lie. But then I thought about it. This Atlanta, that might be a dude too. Hey, Atlanta, one of them cities, you're running to a chick with a BBL and a BBC. Okay, some of y'all know your Pornhub categories. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm a full-time single father. My son lives with me. He just went with his mom for the summer, and I'm be real with y'all. I do not miss that motherfucker at all. Hey, don't judge me. This parent life, rough life. Where are my parents at in the building? Make some noise. You got some kids. Yeah, fuck them kids. And if you ain't got none, I do not recommend. It is extremely ghetto. 1 star. I be having flashbacks back to the pandemic when I had to do that homeschool shit. Hey, that homeschool was some bullshit. And it wasn't going good for my son, y'all, for real. I was just supposed to teach him how to cook crack. Hey, school ain't for everybody. Get paid, young brother, get paid. Shoot, man. I see we got some beautiful women in the building, man. Make some noise for your fine selves. Yeah, Columbus got some beautiful women, man. And it's 2026, fellas. You got to come at these women correct. Because they ain't going for that old raggedy bullshit. Ain't that right, ladies? Oh, shit. Y'all don't sound too believable. Like y'all got a dude on the couch right now smoking weed, playing PlayStation 5. Women have flipped the script. Like, I remember this one time, I thought I was having a threesome. Key word is thought I was having a threesome. I say thought because the chicks never touch each other. That's when I realized that I wasn't having a threesome. These hoes was running a train on me. And these were some dog-ass bitches, too. They was high-fiving and shit. Didn't nobody want to walk me to the door. I reached in my pocket, found $40. One going to be like, your Uber outside. I'm like, bitch, I drove. Don't be treating me like street meat. Yeah, exactly. With my shoes in hand. Man. So my uncle used to smoke crack, right? Don't act like I'm the only one. Hey, listen, the crack epidemic did not miss this area of the country. Okay, that's what I'm saying. A long time ago, crack used to be cool. You had a good time when you was doing that shit. Hey, y'all got high. That's exactly what y'all did. Y'all got high and y'all spent money. That's exactly what y'all did. Now, through all his addiction, he's always been one of my favorite uncles. Like, he's never done me dirty. He's never stolen from me. He never pawned any of my belongings. He did leave me and my little cousin at the ice skating rink to get high one time. True story. I was 10 years old. He told me he was going to the restroom and he never came back. Like that monkey on his back said, fuck them kids, just crack 30. I should have knew something was up when he was taking the blade of the ice skate, chopping out the ice and bagging it up. That should have been a telltale sign he was geeking. And y'all know we was the only black kids there, right? Just 4 little nappy-headed niggas running around unsupervised in a motherfucker for like 4 hours. We had to watch all the white kids get properly taken care of. Like they was eating pizza and nachos, drinking slushies and pop. We had to split a bag of Lay's and some peanut M&Ms out the vending machine because that's all I had. And that's how I found out my little cousin was allergic to peanuts. And he was only 5 years old. I didn't know him like that. Don't blame me. Blame the people that left a crackhead in charge of their kids. They were adults. They knew what was going on. So I recently found out my uncle got an inflatable penis. Yeah, he married this woman that's like 30 years younger than him. So he got a motor installed in his junk. So when the time is right, he just push a button so he can rise to the occasion. And how I found out, we were standing in line for the club, and when security patted him down, they accidentally pushed the button. Hey, and that motherfucker said, go, gadget dick, because Unc turned around on swole, y'all. I was like, whoa, what type of freak shit you on, Unc? He was like, hey, nephew, I got an inflatable penis, trying to satisfy my girl. Hey, happy wife, happy life, right? Why don't you walk to the car with me, and we'll come back when I get it to go down? I said, oh, no, the fuck I'm not. Hey, I love you, Unc, but I'm not walking to the car with no grown man on hard. That's how the fuck rumors get started. I see you when you get in there. Shit, man, I don't know about y'all, man, but inflation is stressing me out. Inflation is messing me up. I think we can all admit, no matter what your financial situation is, the price of the shit is entirely too motherfucking high. Gas high, food high, rent high. Hell, I'm trying to get high. Leave Lizard, where the weed at? Okay, I'm gonna get with you after the show, okay? You too, Buster. I see you. For real, man. Inflation got me choosing between things I ain't even ever thought of before. Like, do I want a quarter tank of gas or do I want some scrambled eggs? Make no damn sense the price of eggs. Like the Easter egg hunt was canceled in my house. Shit, what I look like dying and hiding eggs? That's rich people shit. I ain't got Jay-Z money. I live check to check. When I die, I can leave somebody alone, goddamn it, okay? Shoot, my homeboy called me the other day talking about he got 4 chickens at the crib come through. I'm thinking like, damn, niggas ain't even selling dope no more. They selling eggs. Talking about I got that white, I got that brown, I got that cage free. I was mad as hell. I got over there was 4 kilos of cocaine. Like, man, fuck that coke. I need that yoke. The fucking street shit away from me, trying to ruin my goddamn life. I had to leave that street life alone, man. That's why I had to stop rapping. Like Buster told you, man, I just turned 43 on Saturday. What in the hell am I going to rap about in 2026? What responsibilities? Going to work, paying bills? My son jacking off in the bathroom? This is my life currently. Yeah, some of y'all must have some teenage boys in the house. Ain't a soft rag or sock in the house. Every time we go to food line, sound like we eat Rice Krispie cereal. Snap, crackle, pop. Hey, no, he go into the shower with his laptop and cut it on for an hour like, I don't know what the fuck going on. Got me knocking on the door like, hey, man, cut the goddamn shower off. You ain't even got that much ass to wash, running up my goddamn water bill. For real, you're right about that, man. I am a civilian. I am not in the street at all. The closest I get to being in the street is pulling a trash can down to the curb once a week. And sometimes I forget to do that shit. Then I got to ride around and find an apartment complex to dump the trash at. Come on, we all been there before. A holiday will fuck your whole trash operation up, won't it? Sitting there like, damn, was it Monday or Tuesday? Girl be yelling at me. That's another thing. Like, how am I rap about being a gangster and I'm not even the biggest gangster in my household? I'm not even in charge of my life anymore, y'all. She's in charge. Hell, I'm this close to sitting on the edge of the bed while she picked my clothes out for the day. Hell, she picked this outfit out. I be sitting there like, ooh, baby, that's sharp. I'm going to kill him in that. You so good to me. Hell, I can't even order food by myself anymore. Hey, fellas, you ever be home by yourself and you order you something to eat and your woman come home sooner than you expected? You be all type of selfish motherfuckers, don't you? Whole time you be like, but you wasn't even here. What, I'm only allowed to eat bologna sandwiches when I'm not with you? I go to work every motherfucking day. And if I want to order me some chicken wings, I'm going to order me some chicken wings, goddammit. Besides, when I eat with you, when I eat by myself, my meal is $20. When I eat with you, it's $150. Have you seen the price of eggs? Thank you very much. She wasn't there, though. She wasn't fucking there. I was by myself. I was hungry. Shit. God damn it, I pay all the fucking bills. Why I gotta eat the goddamn peanut butter and jelly sandwich because she ain't fucking there? Nigga, I'm hungry. I want some chicken wings. Shit. Love my girl, man. She made mad the other day, though. Oh, she cold pissed me off. I kind of going through my phone, y'all. That was some bullshit. Because one, we not using condoms, so you either trust me or you don't. And two, I'm honestly not doing anything. And if I was, it's a delete button, bitch. Like, you got to know that I'm smarter than that. Like, I'm just going to let some evidence lollygag and marinate on my phone for you to find it. No, I'm going to delete that shit because I love you and I care about your feelings. I fixed that going through my phone stuff, man. Oh, I cold had a trick for her ass. I handed her my phone. I said, baby, here goes my phone. You can have the code to my phone. Look at all the brothers get quiet on me. Look at the brothers get quiet on me. Listen, man, I'm not worried about her finding no bitches in my phone because ain't no bitches in my phone. Now, my Pornhub category, that's a different story. Because she going to be mad as hell. She dying and working out, and now I'm jacking off the fat bitches. I'm just... Hey, that BBW section be lit. Judge your mama, don't judge me. So I handed her my phone. I said, baby, here goes the code to my phone. You have 24/7 unlimited access to my phone. But every time you go through my phone and you don't find nothing, you got to give me some of that booty hole. Yeah, that's the rules. Hey, man, she go through my phone and don't find nothing. She got to give me some of that butt. And I'm not even in the anal like that, but since she want to be a pain in my ass, I'm just... Didn't want to do that to her, but I had to do it to her, man. So it wasn't like she was going to apologize. Because women don't apologize for shit, do they, fellas? No. They just get in the bed and put their booty on you and let you decide if you still mad or not. And what happens when they do that? And what happens when they do that shit, fellas? What happens when they do that shit? Your dick sell you out every time. Your dick sell you out every single time. You could be in your head like, bump that. Coochie ain't no apology. She gonna say sorry to me. Your dick will hop right on your box. Just like, shit. I don't know what she mad at. I don't know what he mad at about, but you ain't doing shit to me. Next thing you know, you butt naked in bed watching reruns of The Real Housewives and shit. So I'm like, damn, baby, that's a recent motherfucker, ain't she? For real, man. For real, because, man, let me tell you something. I got tired of dating. Listen, I've been fucking since the 90s, and I'm motherfucking tired. If I have to sit through one more story about a chick's baby dad, her ex is in prison, or the time she gave her kids a step stud, don't act like y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know these girls be fake gay than the motherfucker. They be having these lesbians all in love. Whole time they waiting on Big Dick Tony to get out of jail. And let me tell you something. When I first got my girl, her ex was hating. Her ex was big hating, which I think is some punk ass shit. Like, and it's very reckless. Because let me tell you something. Anything that is wrong with you, the new man knows about it. So, like, if you pee the bed, got a little dick, or you let her sit a finger in your butthole, knuckles deep, you better shut what they call the fuck up before you get your feelings hurt, your knuckles wide asshole having ass bitch. I'm just saying, I heard the nigga whistle when he farted. That's all I'm trying to say. Real, man. Because I remember, man, back in the day, man, I remember this one time, man. No, I'm not married at all. I'm just dating. We just boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm not even married yet. No, I ain't. Yeah, like I got commitment issues. Like, I don't even have a tattoo. Like, there's nothing that I'm willing to commit to for a lifetime just yet. I don't know. Maybe when I get about 50 and I get my shit together and I get my money together, I give me something about 30 and I'll be able to do something. Because listen, like, as I'm getting higher in years, my tolerance for certain shit is getting lower. Like, there was things I was willing to do in my 20s that I'm not finna do now. Case in point, I'm not picking pussy up. Like, if that little coochie can't come over, get satisfied, and take his ass home, I don't want it. I was dealing with this woman a while back. Now, I told y'all I live in Westerville on the northeast side of Columbus. She stayed on the west side of Columbus. So I had to leave my house, drive out west. Do you know that she waited until she got in the bed with me to tell me she was 4 months pregnant by another man? That's messed up, ain't it? The audacity of this bitch. Like, that was going to change something. I told her, shit, you better bend over and tell the baby duck the fuck. Hey, because I'm a real man, and every real man in here know ain't no coochie like pregnant coochie, especially when the baby ain't yours. You be in there disrespecting her birth canal, trying to make the baby come premature. Baby ducking the dick and shit. Hey, I fuck with y'all, man. I fuck with y'all. I ain't that motherfucking savage. Like, think about it like me, her baby, that's a threesome I do not want to be a part of. Hey, I thought her water broke the whole time she was a squirter. Damn, I'm about acted up my sciatic nerve humping that mic stand. Hey, man, this getting old shit get on you, man. It get on you. Like, I told you, I used to be a rapper, and after 20 years of hip-hop shows, Hennessy, hot wings, and hoes, I've been diagnosed with what I like to call the nigga cocktail. What's the nigga cocktail? Don't worry, I'm about to tell you. I got high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and high cholesterol. Shit, everything high except for me and my motherfucking credit score. Ain't that some shit? Now, I'm on medication for all three. Now, 2 of the medications is cool, but this diabetes medication, it's a bitch. I could just be, got my stomach talking to me disrespectfully, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I could just be in the grocery store pushing the cart, minding my own business, and I hear, you got 5 minutes, bitch. And I'll be like, oh, shit. I'll be like, come on, man, let's not do this here. He'd be like, oh, you think this is a game? You got 2 minutes, motherfucker. So then I get to pleading with him like, baby, please, baby, please. Let's just do what we got to do here. We can go home and handle this shit. He turned into a gangster on me. He'd be like, check this shit out, Pimper, check this shit out. You got 30 seconds before I empty the clip. Now you can either use the restroom or you can shit yourself. I don't give a fuck. Then I got to take that tight ass run to the bathroom. And why is it that every time you got to use the restroom real bad in public, those paper toilet seat covers never want to rip right? They never want to rip right. You be there shit yourself trying to put them things on. I'm trying to get this together, y'all, man. I'm trying to eat right, working out, because I want to live long as humanly possible. I want to be one of them old school players with a whole lot of game, the type that drop a band and wear an outfit in the summertime that came on one hanger. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but if y'all was black, Y'all would understand. I got this type of motherfucker in my family. You know what I'm saying? I remember my grandfather used to tell me, before you get into a serious relationship with somebody, you need to know what their relationship was like with their mother and their father, because that's going to tell you a lot about how the relationship is going to be with you and your kids. And I should have listened, and y'all should too, before you do what I did and have a baby by a crack baby. Don't do that shit. Some of y'all kids is in relationship with crack babies right now, and you ain't even fucking know it. What do you think happened to all the crack babies from the 80s and 90s? Didn't nobody round all the crack babies up and throw them in the oven like some crack baby holocaust? No, they grew up. They integrated society with no signs or warnings that they was crack babies. So a red flag for me should have been when the bitch kept asking me for $20. I hate my baby mom. That's not even a joke. Let me tell y'all about my life in the bane of my fucking existence. Now, I would never wish bad on my baby mom because she is the mother of my son, and I'm always going to respect her for that. But scientifically speaking, statistically speaking, she lives in Chicago, Illinois, where on any given weekend, 40 people get shot and killed, yet this bitch wakes up every day without a scratch on her. Now, I would never wish death on my baby mom. But the bitch can't get a flesh wound, like she just can't get grazed with a hot one, like, just something to make her be like, you know what? I need to do better by people. I'm just saying, I thought the Lord didn't cover the wicked. That's all I'm trying to say. Hey, this comedy is what we do. And I'm so glad my baby don't come to my shows, y'all. Because when I wrote that last joke, I could feel myself getting put back on child support. But since she ain't here, I got another one for you. So my baby mom just had a baby, right? She was married to this man for like 10 years. They get divorced. She was a new dude, and she immediately gets pregnant. Now, the new dude, he a good brother. He's helping her out around the house. He's taking her to all her appointments. He's even in the delivery room when the baby is born. Why the baby come out looking like her ex-husband? I cannot make this shit up. This little girl is the spitting image of this man. Do y'all know how bad I cannot wait until our next argument to be like, that's why you know who your baby daddy was, bitch. Oh, 40 years old, still putting papers on niggas' ass, bitch. Shit. Got me want to get a DNA test on my son. But then I thought about it like, my son's 17. What would I do if he wasn't mine? How would that conversation go? I think it'd go a little something like this. Damn, little homie. It's fucked up. Bitches ain't shit. Hey, look, you ain't gonna have to get out because I'm a real nigga, but you're gonna have to get you a little hustle or something because I ain't in the business of taking care of no niggas. Here, matter of fact, here, hit the joint. You ain't my kid. Let's go teach you how to cook crack. Hey, yo, that's been my time, man. My name is Jay Brock. You can follow me on all social media at JokemanJ. That is JOKEMANJAYE, man. Give it up for your host, Buster Chestnut. Leaving Lizards. This has been real, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, for real.
All right. Thank you so much for Jay Brock. Keep it going for Jay Brock here. All right. So we did have, somebody show up that, was supposed to be in the open mic competition. I'm not going to throw shade. I'm going to throw a thank you. Thank you for giving me a beverage and maybe, bribing me for, the open mic for later, which we still have some spots available, FYI. Wow, it got really quiet. All right, so, I'm going to tell a little story, and then we're going to take a little break just to make sure we have enough people, to fill up some of this open mic time. But a little bit of a story. So, surprise, surprise, I grew up the child of addicts, but not the fun kind, the recovering kind. Not the chaotic, fucking party all the time, not those kind. No, the recovering kind that, ends up in AA meetings. Anybody ever been to an AA meeting? All right. So imagine being dragged to an AA meeting as, a developing mind. That's not a great place to take your kids, just saying. But it did teach me a lot of things. It taught me timing. It taught me storytelling. And it taught me that there is a world beyond chewed up styrofoam cups. It taught me that, my life basically could be, a moth radio hour, if you're familiar, for degenerates. But anyway, it taught me a lot of things. I ended up living my life, I listened the DARE program. Anybody, everybody here has sat through the DARE program, right? You got the cop. He's up there. He's like, he's got this briefcase full of fake drugs, and he's like, this one right here, this will ruin your life. I was the only kid in the class that was sitting in the back of the room taking notes diligently. But it was not for the reason that they wanted. I was basically sitting in the back of the room, sitting there like a, somebody had the wine tasting, party. I was taking notes like this one, it will, give me euphoria and give me the energy to run through a, drywall. Yeah, sign me up for that junior year for sure. But anyway, my life choices, brought me back to AA. It was court ordered that time. But I ended up dragging my new girlfriend at the time to these AA meetings. And we sat there and we didn't have the experience that you should have. We sat there and, we commented on, the stories and how crazy it was. Like this one guy, his name was Louis B. And I swear to God, his entire story was basically he got drunk and committed maritime arson. Fuck, I fucked that up. This man committed maritime arson. And I saw that as inspiration. I looked at my girlfriend at the time. That this is Satin Chestnut that we're talking about, by the way. Foreshadowing. But anyway, that was our Saturday date night for a while. I would have my chauffeur drive me to rehab. It wasn't actually rehab, but AA meetings. And then we would sit there and we would listen to these amazing stories. And it would make us decide what crazy shenanigans we were going to get into later. AA didn't work for me. It works for some people. All right, I'll get more into that story a little bit later. But first, we're going to take a 15 to 20 minute break to, hit the restroom, fill up our beverages supplied by the wonderful bartender, Sammy. If you haven't tipped her already, tip her, tip her graciously, profusely, if you will. And make sure you have a full cup for when we come back, because we got more, celebrations, more cheers to be had. Without further ado, let's go to break, and I'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Back here at Phygital Nights at Leaping Lizard in Hilliard, Ohio, and online at Bailey Digital Media and Leaping Lizard channels tonight. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. All right. We're going to hit the, be right back and throw on some tunes by Rarely Beagle, who is an excellent producer. You should check him out either under Rarely Beagle or Doran Danoff. He is an excellent musician and producer. All right. We'll see you in about 15, 20 minutes. We'll be right back. it would help if I turned it would help if I turned the microphone on. We are getting late here in the evening at Phygital Nights. Big shout out to my mom, who is always keeping me on track or on task. Yes. And she is babysitting my daughter, who I promised I wouldn't call the name I told her, so that Satin can come out and hang out. And she should be in the venue maybe the 23rd or the 30th. We'll make arrangements. We'll make arrangements. Hey, Steve, you may be outside, but Steve Merrick, if you approve that my mom sits at your table next week, just show me a hand, thumbs up. Yeah, all right. We got a thumbs up. So, Mom, if you're listening, you're more than welcome to come sit at our executive producer table. All right. With that being said, first open mic, are you good? You ready? All right. So we're gonna give various times tonight because maybe missed opportunities earlier because the producer's an idiot and didn't remind the person. But whatever. Whatever time you want, I'm negotiable. Buster Chestnut is not a terrorist. I'm just saying. All right. Without further ado, start making your way this way. First contestant, you know who you are. Not the second one. Not the second one. Yep. No, not the second one. This first one that's back here. Welcome for the second Phygital Nights appearance, right? At our open mic, which, come down. Workout material. We're all friends here, in the bar and online, But if you tell funny jokes, opportunities could happen. Anyway, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 slots filled tonight, out of 10, which thank you. Big round of applause for everybody that signed up tonight. Thank you. Eventually I'll get like the background audio and laughter and whatever figured out. I did have one of my favorite sound engineers in the building tonight, but he was not getting paid on my budget, so he wasn't able to help me. Godfather Mike Jordan, thank you for coming out, and I will hit you up at Comfest and we'll talk about the background, audience laughter. I don't want to add a laugh track because that's fucking tacky. But I want, the audience laughter. I appreciate you. You get my vote for when you're up. But before that person's up, we're going to bring to the stage a second time Phygital Night open mic performer to the stage. Put your hands together for Kazin Roger. All right, let me get the camera on.
Awesome. The mic comes apart immediately. How y'all doing tonight, y'all? Leaping Lizards on a Tuesday. It's going up on a Tuesday. Y'all, I just got back from the doctor, you guys. I got some bad news from the doctor. The doctor said that my dick is too fat, so he put me on girth control.
I know I look like I'm about to spit some technology up here. I was out somewhere last week and somebody called me the Fred Durst Timu. The Timu Fred Durst, I should say. So, period. I've been going out to karaoke and you'll hear girls will like just say that to other girls when they're singing. They'll just be like, period. Guys can't do that. Like, we can't go out and just be like, ejaculate. A little bit of pee when I laugh too hard sometimes. I've done things that the algorithm can't recommend you guys. I'm pro women. I don't mean that and like I support women in any kind of way or their causes. That's just the level of difficulty that I'm playing on at this point. Like, I got a married woman pregnant. I got her to have an abortion behind her husband's back, level pro. I said pro. I didn't say good person. Those are two different categories. When people say that there's levels to this shit, I ask, what level are we on? What game are we playing? Because EA would patch this kind of shit out at this point. I'm trying to play some Call of Duty, and I feel like she's trying to pull in some first-person shooter. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to dodge a duck hunt or a cuck hunt. But honestly, I can't judge women anymore. I've licked way too many of their buttholes too. The only thing on women that I can judge anymore is their credit score, because I'm trying to see what kind of car I can get in their name. So I know it's Tuesday, but if you guys can think way back to Sunday. So Sunday I was getting my dick sucked, right? So I was getting my dick sucked, and I realized there's a few things that sound a lot better in your head than in reality. And one of those things is getting your dick sucked while you're driving the car. Like, when you're driving the car and you're getting your dick sucked, it's a lot more stressful than it is like pleasing. When you're trying to merge and you're trying to splurge at the same time, it's not always great. When you're trying to accelerate, you can't always ejaculate. When you're trying to change lanes and she's working on the main vein, it's not always a good time, is what I'm saying. So when I was getting my dick sucked while my girlfriend was driving, I missed my exit and I had to slam on the brakes. So I slammed on the brakes and my girlfriend hit her head on the dash. It just ruined the moment immediately. I was trying to set my pee-pee free and she got CTE. So luckily though, I am a very good manipulator, you guys, if you can't tell. I was able to still fuck that night. She was trying the nightlight, but all you got to do is gaslight. So one time I was dating this girl and she told me she liked a guy that was spontaneous. So while she was giving me head in the middle of it, while I was about to blow, I was like, hooray! She didn't like that joke and she didn't like the confetti either. So a little bit about me. I've had a bunch of jobs all around Columbus. I was actually the first autonomous drone pilot of Columbus, of the United States. I was also the first autonomous drone pilot to crash a drone into a cell phone tower. That record is yet to be unbroken, and I'm just saying history is history, you guys. So a little bit about me. I have a kid with a black woman. He is albino, so he gets all the white privilege, which is really efficient. Like, it confuses racists on both sides. So if you guys can't tell with this shirt that I wore tonight, I wanted to tell you all a little bit about one time when I was on mushrooms. I realized that my life goal at the end of the day was to become the world's fattest man. So my life goal is to become the world's fattest man, and I would hire a team of prostitutes to power wash my folds. And once a year, I would tie two $20 bills to each one of my testicles, and I would let them battle to see who would win. And years from now, an archaeologist would dig up my big fat dead body, like Jurassic Park. And he would pull apart my folds and he would say, "Does that skeleton have a testicle in his mouth?" You guys ever realize something? Like I was doing some spring cleaning and I was realizing the other day that I'm a sex addict. And the way that I realized that I was a sex addict is I was cleaning my own jizz off of the ceiling fan. like the addicts at Waffle House have to cover their addictions. They have to cover their shame when they go to their Waffle House interview. When I have to hide my addictions, I have to squeegee the fan. When a Waffle House junkie has to look at their addiction, they have to look down. When I have to look at my addiction, I have to look up. So the difference between me and these junkies is about 8 feet of vertical distance. So I'm going to leave you guys with this last one. I used to be a strip club promoter when I was in Las Vegas. I would walk up and down the Las Vegas Strip, and I would get people to go to the strip club. I would say things to them like, "Come on down to the strip club, you guys. Couples that play together, stay together. Let's go to the strip club, you guys, tonight. Let's fuck up those glasses with titties and asses. Let's finger bomb a single mom, you guys. Let's finger blast a stripper's ass." It was like the worst Dr. Seuss book you guys have ever heard. Like instead of redfish, bluefish, it's red bone nude bitch. And instead of green eggs and ham, it's green discharge from Pam. Right on. Let's give it up for your host tonight, guys. Chester. Buster. Chester. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Let's give it up for Leaping Lizards, y'all.
All right, thank you, Kazin Rogers. Yeah, I'm definitely clipping that. I'm gonna compile like a video playlist of people fucking up my name. It's part of my my routine. I keep fucking up the name of a dude who hosts an open mic on Monday nights, and I do it on purpose. But it actually started like actually fucking with me, and like I don't actually know how to pronounce this dude's name anymore because it runs through my head so many times. But anyway, I digress. Are you ready? I'm talking to you, Elizabeth. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Without further ado, we're going to keep our open mic going with the one, the only, the lizard loving Elizabeth. Put your hands together.
Yeah, audience of one. Yay. That's what I say. So I'm talking to you. I'm Elizabeth Incognito. Last week or the week before was my M&M shot. Got one shot, you lose yourself, choke. I do that. So this is my third attempt, which is insanity in my mind. So it's good therapy. Different day, different people, different time. So I said, I won't talk about penises, okay? I don't have one. No, I don't have one. I'll talk about balls. Yeah. Yeah, I like balls. I got some. I grew some. I'm going to have some tonight. Yep. If you got to know something about me, I suffer from PTSD going to the park. I got this stalker guy that comes in these cellophane pants and like puts himself right out there, and he's got this like ball sack harness going on. And I'm an inventor, so it's like, man, that's a segue to my ball sack chip clip right here. Yeah, that's my ball sack chip clip, visual aid. And his harness actually helped me get the desired location that would be the best fitting, because my pitch on this whole thing it's patent pending. It's not invasive, it's interactive, it saves lives, and it stops hate. You don't love that? You can't see it? It's a ball sack chip clip. It's non-invasive. It's interactive. It saves lives, and it stops hate. Who wouldn't want one of them? That guy that was up here earlier, he was funny. He'd be a candidate. You know, it's just an alternative. It's interactive, non-invasive, saves lives, and stops hate. Okay. So the biggest joke I'm going to tell you tonight is about my life. That's the joke. Okay. Yeah. I want to play you on my phone this this recording real quick. I'm not techie savvy, but if I were to be this person, if it's a person. It's going to go. Hold on. That's what I am. If I was a horse, they would have put me down. I did a trifecta on my leg 4 years ago. I broke it real bad. I'm thankful to be walking. That's the end of it. That's why I'm in the park painting. And I'm stalked by the Hall of Fame ball sack guy. And so then last week I did this painting, and it's called Disgraced. But I like to put the dis in the it's all that kind of thing and make it something that we can celebrate being graced, and then we mine it. We mine it. It's something good. So I sit at the park and reflect. I don't want to use explicit curse words anymore, so I want to change it to Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese. Because it's cheesy. I like it. So when I want to talk about bad things, I'll say Swiss cheese. All right. We good? We good? I did want to do giggly wiggly, but that was too much. I'm too tongue twisted on that. So I'm sitting at the park and I'm reflecting, feeling sorry for myself and all my war, wounds and all that stuff. And this truck goes by. It says 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And I'm like, holy cow. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. And then Mad City drove by. And I'm a word person. So if you look at my shirt tonight, I'll let it all hang out for you. I'm obsessed with the freedom of style. Yeah. With boundaries. There's some things I won't do or won't go to. So just FYI. Like, I don't know, like if I wanted to be a boy or something, I think that would be utterly painful based on the situation I had with my leg. It was like electrocution in the leg. It was fun. But my surgeon was an electrician, so he doesn't get it. That's like electricity 101. That's too complicated. So if you wanted to add or subtract something to those areas, I think I would be the heat of warning on that, because the nerve would be very damaged at that point. And I don't know if that would feel good, and that might be a punishment or a curse or something. But if you want to go there, you go there, because it's freedom of style. Okay. Yeah. Freedom of style. Different strokes for different folks. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want Kevorkian working on my junk. He comes from the same Hitler spirit that I think died a long time ago, but still lives in some of these people. Anyway, that's supposed to be funny. See, that's why my life is a joke. I'm an alchemizer. I gotta do ball sack chip clips and like solve problems. That's the way God made me. So Swiss cheese. Oh, the other thing too, I decided that I was gonna do, instead of like having like a self-defense thing where the guy can turn it around on you, just lube yourself down with some vitamin E oil so they just slip off like cheese. Yeah.
That was great, by the way. That's a great warm-up. Can we get an adapt? No. Before you. No, I don't have it. Be right back. I have to give Elizabeth fucking so much credit. All right. Elizabeth has done some open mic before. She did some open mic earlier, in previous weeks in the competition. Hey, Elizabeth, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, life. Well, why am I moving this out of the way? God damn it. Actually, no, I need to move this out of the way because I just realized who's coming up next, and she's short and doesn't want to deal with it. E, if you're watching, you should pay attention to the next performer. Next up to the open mic is our lizard favorite, Amber.
Oh my God, I totally forgot that E might be watching. Jesus Christ. Just so you know, Eric Fisher, I think you're the bomb. Love you. Peace out, my friend. Okay. Okay. So what I have to talk about tonight is a medical condition that I have. And I have like this, where's the camera? I have this super fucked up. I have a third elbow and they call it tennis elbow, right? But I have like this whole bone that has grown on top of my bone on my elbow. And I'm like, I go to my doctor. And well, at first, before I even went to my doctor, I told Michael, I was like, hey, just smack it with a hammer. Just smack it with a hammer and make it go away. Make this thing go away. Like, can you see it? Like, yeah, it's like disgusting. And I told Michael, I'm like, smack this fucker with a hammer. Just make it go away. And he wouldn't do it. He's like, no, honey. He went to med school and shit. So he's kind of smart. But I was like, I'm kind of a redneck. I'm like, let's just smack it with a hammer. It'll go away. He wouldn't do it. So I go to my doctor for my physical and I say, hey, I got this problem. Can you guys like do surgery and like shave down this freaking giant knot on my elbow that I think I gave my cat a concussion once with this elbow because she like jumped up on my bed and like accidentally hit my third elbow and knocked her in the head, and then she jumped down and it was like she was not the same for like 3 or 4 hours. But this thing, they want me to do physical therapy, and so I got all the weights and I'm doing all the physical therapy. But you know what? That damn bone is not going away, and I don't know what it's going to take to get them, other than if I can get Michael to smack it with a hammer, then they might fucking fix my shit, because then it's going to be all fucked up. And I know it'll be all fucked up, but you know what? It's only going to be like 6 weeks of fucked up in this. That's how long it takes for bones to heal. So it's not like, I'm thinking that's like a total fair trade-off. Anyway, there you go. Our healthcare system is so fucked up that like, I'm trying to get my husband to smack my elbow. This is like for real, guys. I'm trying to get him to smack me with a hammer on the elbow so that I can get surgery to fix my fucking problem. Anyway, and he also has to deal with me. Anyway, party on Wayne, party on Garth. I hope that was kind of funny. Oh no.
You studied medicine, right? You studied medicine or something, right? Yeah. All right. Ready. Let's see some medicine. Can I see it? Ready? Oh, that's not the medicine I was talking about. I wanted a hammer on the fucking injury. But with that being said, I'm giving it up to the lesser of the lizards. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. I don't care. It's on his channels and my channels. Follow along. Put your hands together for Michael.
Yeah. Rub them together. Don't like clap them where they make noise and resonate in the air. Here's what's funny, so my wife and I was like, we're not going to get up tonight because we have a lot of other people that are going to get up. And we used to get up because Buster had nobody else to get up and do comedy. And we're like, well, fuck, we've been together a long time. We're Gen X. We got a lot of shit to share. that's pretty fucking funny. My kids kept a list of shit while I was raising them. Then they called it Dad's Comedy. And I never thought I would ever get up and do any sort of stand-up. My wife and I are nerds. We wrote code and built networks and things and AI. We do that stuff for a living. This whole journey has been really, really exciting for us and scary, but very fun, like a roller coaster. But comedy part, it was funny because I think it's like, wow, wait, we have all this shit built up, over all these years of and I heard, well, comedy is based on pain and people have been through darkness. Like, fuck, we've been through lots of darkness. I was living in my car at 17. My wife was working in a unorthodox sort of an industry when we met, and together we're like really big nerds, and we didn't even know that, right? So I don't want to start with that. I just wanted to start with that because I know Buster needs to kill some time. But the funny part is that I hear these young comedians, and this one guy, I'm like, dude, you're so fucking funny, man. So funny. Never been married, has all this experiences and stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys something. You need to be 100%, and dude, he doesn't know that he's all like proud. Yeah, I don't need no girl. I was like that, right? I was like, I got all, I don't need no, I needed no woman whatsoever. I'm like, I'm all good. And you need to know that that's when you meet the one, right? That yanks a knot in your ass. You think you got life by the balls, and then you meet that girl, like, I ain't no girl. I'm good. Well, I mean, for me, I was a nerd because it got to where I wanted a girl, and I was like, fuck them. I got the whole world I got the world by the balls, and and I'm not gonna settle, and I could have any girl I want, and well, as a nerd, you know that when you have every girl you want, it's like a dog hitting a squirrel and going, all right, now what? No. So I didn't know. So I learned this, though. But when you meet the one that you're supposed to meet, you got to be 100%. And usually it's at the point where you're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm fucked around. Have fun. Everything's been great. I'm living life. It's great. I don't need no fucking nothing. I'm doing this by myself. And then you meet the one. Because the greatest relationship is 100%, 100%. It's not codependent. All the other relationships that you've had are all just helping you learn how to be you so that you can be the you that you want for the dream that you want. And maybe you don't want that right away. And it might take a next brain. I don't know how many brains you've had, but you've had many. But I promise you this, that inner voice that you're talking to has had all these different brains. You are just one brain. But the you that you're talking to, that's who you are, and you've had many brains. So just when you work that out, eventually you'll figure out this whole weird journey that you're on, and then you'll figure out what you're learning and why you're going through all this shit. And I love the fact that all this darkness equals funny shit. So every time we can take such a low frequency emotion and something that affected us so bad and translate it into something so funny. Well, I'm being philosophical because this is the last thing before Palooza, comedians. And I don't know, honey. You know what? All right, I'll be funny for a minute. You know what? Someday, that woman that you've been in love with for 29 years, and you're a nerd, and you don't think you've got it, and you're meeting all these other dudes, and they're trying to get it. And you're like, man, sometimes my wife asks me to do shit that I don't think I have enough fingers for. And that I might need some training or something from her. So there's some funnies. Or not only that. So for the younger kids out there, the younger guys, you know how many, it's going to take you years to realize that the things that you're learning in that relationship are ultimately going to pay you back in some form, which might come in ways that you might never expect. And it's not just always your kids. Sometimes it's Josh, I mean, you flashed at me like, well, I'm not going to get all philosophical. Yeah, I didn't have nothing planned for tonight. So, but Amber said stuff.
Thank you, Michael. Everybody put your hands together for Michael. Since he was getting a little philosophical, since I'll make the next performer, have a little bit more prep time, Ivan. let's talk a little bit, about a book. I'm trying to, better myself lately. Michael, can I get your help? I just realized it was still. Yeah, fuck it. I don't need this. Are we good? All right. So, you were talking about, religion and shit, and bettering, and somebody was talking about bettering themselves earlier. Recently, I've been through some trauma in my life, and I wanted, to better myself. So I looked into some, self-help, went to Amazon, looked, rated like the bestsellers, I picked up this novel. All right. And in this novel, the protagonist, like the guy that, that I identify with, he had a codependent relationship with this tough guy, and this tough guy, he just treated this guy like shit. He actually, hell, he made a bet with the literal villain of the book that he could break his codependency. For those that weren't like paying attention, during Sunday school, this book, this novel, it's a great piece of literature, was the Bible. And the asshole, sounds like a douchebag. It's fucking God, right? And my favorite character of that book was Job. Everybody familiar with Job? All right, not to be confused with, the lowercase Job, which, to be honest, I want nothing to do with either of them. But anyway, Job's a little too biased. Let's go back a little bit further, a little more heavy. All right. Anybody familiar with Sisyphus? Not to be confused with syphilis. I can understand the confusion. Both are. Fuck, I lost it. God damn it. All right. Alcohol is a motherfucker. Apologies and thank you to our patron of the arts, which he's outside. Hey, can you open the door and give me a thumbs up? Yeah, Ivan, just open the door. Just make sure the man of the hour knows that he's being appreciated. Thank you, Michael. Steve. Your presence is being requested on the live stream. Thank you. If anybody is still actually watching, and if not, catch the VOD or the clips that come from this, because we try to do a good good production here. But Buster Chestnut's in charge, so sorry. Are you ready? All right. Do you want the mic stand, or do you just want me to hand it? You don't need a mic stand. All right. Without further ado, a family member of the Lizard. Yeah. Yep. Not frequent contributor. He's family here. And I'm going to put him on screen as Ivan, even like the mediocre. But put your hands together for the best Ivan ever. Ivan, thank you.
All right. I guess Buster wanted me to come up here. So I don't really do comedy that often. Like I always said I wanted to, and I told my little sister about it. You know, I was like, I don't really have that much material. She's like, what do you mean you don't have much material? She's like, you got homeschooled, you got adopted, you got black. I was like, fair enough, you know. So I'm from a small town, Zanesville, Ohio. You know, we used to be, yeah, we actually used to be the capital back in the day, like way back in the day. And it kind of shows because, you know, here recently they just had some fights on the White House lawn, you know, to celebrate America. I was like, come to Zanesville. Well, that's just a random Tuesday. You see a fight on the lawn. You see a fight on the lawn every single day, you know, at everybody's house. So I don't know. It proves why we were the capital, I guess. But bringing up the homeschool thing, I got a couple of really good friends. One of them's the bartender, and the other one was her sister. And they're like, Sammy and Chaz, they're like, oh yeah, we were homeschooled. You know, we used to go to this school, and they had teachers there, and then we would do our work at home. I was like, so you went to school? That's not homeschooled. I was like, homeschooled is when your parents order some random books from a Christian university and then just beat your ass when you don't understand the material. I didn't get too many laughs. And then so they're like, so I'm the real deal. And speaking of homeschooled, I had some good friends in college. They taught me what to not say and what to say, because I used to just pop off whatever I was thinking, and especially with girls, I'd say, oh yeah, I was talking to this girl, she said blah 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 blah. They're like, yeah, bro, that's not a good thing. And then other girls, I'd be like, oh, they said blah blah. They're like, dude, you're missing an opportunity, So this one time after we graduated, we went to this coworker's house. She had a party. We had a great time. And at the end of the night, she was like, you can stay the night, come sleep in bed with me. I was like, word, So we're in bed, I about to go to sleep. She's like, hey, you can take your pants off if you want. I was like, oh, all right, cool, word. Took my pants off. I was like, wow, this is way more comfortable. You're right. Well, good night. And rolled over and went to sleep. And my friends were like, bro, what are you doing, man? That was your shot right there. She's like, dude, she's into you. I was like, how could you tell? So my motto is, it's only funny because it's true, So I got a few more of those, but we'll save them for a later time. I don't want to treat you guys like my therapist. So
thank you, Ivan, for volunteering for the Thunderdome, apparently. All right. God damn it. I said it in my head like 7 times, but I'm still gonna fuck it up. I'm sorry. My names are not my best thing. God damn it. And now it's in my head. All right. Thank you, Ivan. Let's give one more round of applause for Ivan. Better than mediocre. The second best product of Zanesville. No full disclosure at all, And I just realized, Michael, you're not doing your job. Hey, you helped me out last night for my production. Next performance. Can you help me out a little bit? No. All right. I did give you credit in my YouTube video that I have private listed. I have to. Everybody's my people. Everybody's my friend. Well, if you've met me yet. But anyway. There's a lot of outfits out there. But who is that? Who am I to judge assholes? That is not my place. Happy Pride Month, by the way. All right. So without further ado, this performer has been here before. I've made him into a cool Arsenal, Batman-esque motherfucker. But he's also a regular, usually at the new open mic on Monday nights at Rafters. So come check out us out. Buster's usually there. But it's hosted by somebody. I'm just not gonna fuck up their name. But anyway, check that out. And you might get a little bit more time from this performer there. But whatever. Enjoy the performance tonight. Comment in the chat. Comment in the bar. I don't give a fuck. Just, keep us on your mind. But without further ado, I'm gonna welcome to the stage Chris Dumba. Is that close? Enough?
No, that was perfect. That's exactly. I feel like that's easier to pronounce than Dumbuya. So yeah. Guys, give it up for Ivan one more time and Buster. That was good, man. Like the Zanesville shit is accurate. I was thinking about like the White House UFC fight, and I was like, I feel like, comparing that with the World Cup, like the World Cup has just a bunch of racist uncles just doing the most, like just trying to top one another. And like America's losing because we don't have enough racist uncles, like white uncles at the World Cup right now because they're on the UFC lawn also saying racist stuff. And like I feel like, racism was really what brings the world together when it comes to the World Cup in soccer. Look at the Japan game. That was crazy. It was sucked because like there was like opposing the team's fans that were like doing like racist like movements, and then the Japanese fans just pick up trash off the ground afterwards. Like such a respectful culture, right? And then you just got just pure racism, just unfiltered, like next to them, just making fun of them. And it's like we gotta respect these people, but it's like no, like it's just okay, whatever. I thought I could get somewhere with that, but not really. I got called. There was this lady yesterday, this white lady, who said that she was blacker than me. I was like, listen, if looking like a crackhead is being blacker than me, then I don't want to be black anymore, because this lady looked insane. Like this lady looked wild. I was like, you look rough if you're black. Usually we don't crack, but in this instance, it looked like she cracked very hard. So one time I got told by this other black dude, he told me, he was like, Christian, you exude white privilege. And I was like, that's news to me, buddy. That's news to me. I just looked at my skin and I was like, I don't think the cops like think like that. I don't think that the cops just see me walking down the road, right? And just like, we got a black male here. Let's pull him over real quick. Oh, wait, he's got white privilege? Let's roll that back. We'll leave him alone. They don't do that. I wish that they did, but that's not reality. That's not life. I might seem like I over enunciate. I feel like that's a characteristic of like homeschool kids. Homeschool kids over enunciate. Like if somebody was like homeschooled, it always checks out, because like when we're all like 12 to like 14 and you meet like somebody that's like homeschooled, it's like meeting like a foreigner. I'm like, they hold themselves like a fully grown 30-year-old adult. It's insane. I'm literally like, bro, you don't have to. Can you stop talking about 401ks right now? Like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, we're talking, like, I'm trying to like play Pokemon, and this motherfucker's talking about like stocks and shit. It's terrible. Like, I remember being in Boy Scouts, and Boy Scouts is like rampant with like homeschool kids.
It's like a pandemic in the Boy Scout community. It's just homeschool kids and pedophiles. It's terrible. And somehow I was neither one. Thank God I was neither one. And like, so I'm just like sitting here, just like trying to like consume or like just observe these people, right? And like, there's this whole family. I think there's like 6 kids. They're all homeschooled. One kid is like, he graduated high school at like 16. And I'm like, I feel like you're ruining your life right now. Like you need to do drugs. I hadn't even done drugs at that point. And I was like, you need to do drugs. Like you need to do all of them. Something, because like just loosen up. Like the dude, he had like a pocket he had like a pocket protector, all that shit. He had like a calculator with. He looked like my grandpa, basically. Like it was insane. Yeah, Urkel. Yeah, no, Urkel is what people call me all the time. It's the least creative insult. The thing is, if you're gonna call me Urkel, bro, like at least call me Urkel. Okay, the cooler version. The cooler version. It's like, come on. Like, I don't know. I think it's not original when you just see a black dude with glasses and you're like Urkel. Like there's so many like cool black dudes with glasses, like Lawrence Fishburne. Like whatever happened, you could have called me Lawrence Fishburne. Like yeah, exactly. He's hot. What she said. And I don't understand like why I can't be a cool black guy from The Matrix. I have to be the nerdy black kid from Family Matters. Like I'm subjugated to this for the rest of my life. And you think I would have learned my lesson? Like I've worn cornrows and contacts, no insults. And I decided to go back to this. I didn't need to do this. I'm subjugating myself to this. I like this. And yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I just need to go to the suburbs to get validation for myself. Okay, that's hurt. Okay, yeah. People think I grew up in the suburbs, but I grew up in like Linden. Like it's funny because the black dude I was talking about earlier that said I had like white privilege, like exuding white privilege or whatever. I told him where I like lived, and he was like, "Oh shit, I lived in a better neighborhood than you did." He's like, "Oh shit, you really were in the trenches." Holy, he's like, "I take back everything I said. You have no privilege. You have negative privilege." He heard the words Linden and he was like, "Oh Jesus, how did you make it out of there?" Ivan was talking about Zanesville. Zanesville's got nothing on South Linden. Oh really? Wait, really? All 3 of your bars are called on Linden Avenue? That's funny as fuck, actually. What a coincidence. Oh my God. Man. Oh wait, what happened to the 3/5 rule? It's only 1/3 now in Zanesville? Okay, 1/3 black bar. Oh, because you left. Okay. You were all the diversity they had. And like a half Asian guy. Like he's still there. He's holding it down. I love that. How much time do I got? 2.5 minutes. Okay, cool. I got robbed at a Chuck E. Cheese. I got robbed by the rat. Actually, I got robbed by the fucking rat. And I never trusted him. Also, why the fuck did they have a rat, bro? The rat scares the shit out of the kids. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to like the last time any of you have been to Chuck E. Cheese, but the kids are terrified the whole time. The parents don't even ask the kids. They're like, huh? The bear? Oh. Yeah. Okay, the rat was scary, but I think your Chuck E. Cheese is maybe a little different than the other ones. No, I remember the bear. Yeah, I'm just talking about the rat at the Chuck E. Cheese you went to sounded like a predator. He sounded like one of those Boy Scout pedophiles. No, a little bit. A little bit, yeah. Hey, man, Ivan's funny as fuck, bro. You need. Oh shit. Okay. Well, Ivan said Ivan said the rat in Zanesville was a roach. That's hilarious. Oh my god. No, but to finish the joke real quick, like he robbed me, but I had no money, so he like left my wallet in front of the whole Chuck E. Cheese, and it said in the wallet, it was like, get your money up. I was like, you robbed me. You robbed a 12-year-old. Like, what this is crazy. My Jamaican uncle, like he when he met my girlfriend, he was like, I taught Christian everything he knows in the bedroom. I was like, why'd you say it like that, man? That was the weirdest fucking way. There's so many, you could have said this so much better. And then he said bumbleclat at the end, like he could just like, Caribbean that shit off. He was like, bumbleclat. I was like, this, you didn't make up for anything you just said. And then he was like, what? I was like a father to you. Anytime a uncle says that he was like a father to his nephew, he was not. He just showed him porn. That's it. It's important. Yeah. No, but he was like, I was a father to you. I was like, if you were a father to me, then why'd you rob me at the Chuck E. Cheese? You were the fucking rat. You were the creepy rat at the Chuck E. Cheese. This is crazy. All right, guys, that's it for my sad guys. Give it up for Buster Chestnut.
Thank you so much, Chris. Dude, I appreciate you coming out. All right. I am technically the next performer. I didn't really prepare anything. But I got like, I don't know, I want to say like 2 hours worth of material give or take. So let's see what happens. All right, Michael, can I get your assistance real quick just to make sure I'm double tapped? And I'm just gonna, talk for a minute. We do have 2 more open mic performers tonight. One of which already may have performed tonight. Which, whatever. Sign up, yes. Test your material here. That's what we're here for. All right, and the final performer this evening, I feel bad because I'm a horrible communicator. Ask Satin Chestnut because she will definitely vouch for this, that I'm horrible at communicating. So I apologize, and our last performer of the evening will get whatever fucking time they need, okay? Oh, okay. All right. You heard that, right? Sean, you heard that, right? Somebody offered to buy you a drink for my fuck up earlier. All right. So I can't even remember what I've delved into tonight. But I'm gonna tell a story. We're gonna go back in time a little bit, all right? Hi, how are you? I'm high. Thanks for asking. All right, so let me take you back to the first time that I smoked cannabis. The first time. So I was a goody two shoes. I mentioned earlier, I took notes in DARE, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this that time, blah, blah, blah. But that one substance that always intrigued me was cannabis, pot, marijuana, if you are, of the political persuasion. But anyway, I knew I was always going to try it. Yeah, I know, right? Fucking Reefer Madness and all that. Hopefully I can get a guest on my podcast coming up, but Bad Breaks with Buster Chestnut. All right. This guy named Kim Johnson, he's local. He's in the, cannabis arena. Hopefully this doesn't get me banned. I'm just riffing at this point. But anyway, Tim Johnson, if you want to come down, hang out. Hit up Buster Chestnut. But anyway, so the first time I ever got high, I had a stressful week. And I went to the guy. You guys know the guy, right? Like that stud in high school. He was the ultimate cool. Like, he would roll up to a fucking pickup basketball game and he would, do a fucking crossover, pull up fucking 3 fadeaway in your face with a goddamn cigarette in his fucking mouth. You knew he was legit. So he was one of my good friends, and I went to him. His name was TJ. And I said, hey, man, I'm having a rough time. And I want to try some pot. And this guy, normally if you were to like go up to somebody and say that, they would like, pull out a bowl or like, like some papers, whatever. No, this motherfucker, he's like, you need to go experience this. So he, this guy was cool as fuck. He had a 1998 jet black Mustang GT 50 convertible with a leather interior to match. So picture that. Like, this is the cool guy. So he's like, no, I'm not going to just whip out a bowl or whatever. This is a moment. So this guy fucking threw me in his car. We drove to the guys in the county who had a PhD in couch lock. You know this guy, right? And we went there, and me being a rookie, it was my bright idea to continue to smoke 4 bowls of the absolute best weed in the Tri-County area. I mean, that's brilliant, right? Like, if you're going to fucking do it right. So, after about 45 minutes of sitting there playing Mario Kart 64, is there any olds in the audience? We're familiar with Mario Kart, right? You can see how, like, you can just be, taken into that world, that 64-bit world. Well, we were sitting there, and somebody got the bright idea that this is the perfect time to get off the safety of that couch and go to Mansfield for some odd fucking reason. I don't even remember why. But before I could finish my sentence saying, hey, let's go to Mansfield, my buddy TJ already had the top dropped in his fucking 98 Mustang GT 50. All right, and you know where I was sitting. I was fucking fucked up at that time. No, I was sitting in the back seat, just enjoying that shit, right? Hair in my wind in my hair. And, we were, instantly driving 80 miles per hour down the road. It was, I'm gonna say probably like a half-hour drive normally. But this time, we were driving like 80 miles per hour. All right? And the whole time, I was, in a different reality. And I was just sitting in the back of that Mustang, fucking throwing turtle shells and goddamn fucking banana peels out the back. And I feel bad. I feel bad for the people that were on the road that day. specifically the people that were in the probably 98 Honda Civic that were driving behind us, not because we were being irresponsible, but because they had no idea that we were on the Rainbow Road and they were about to survive being hit by a blue turtle shell. All right. I feel like that's my time just because. All right. I have one more thing before, I leave the stage. A little earwig, calling back to a little joke I said earlier. People may have been here, may not. But with, Father's Day coming up, all right, you're thinking about your dad, right? All right. And if not, you're a dad thinking about, your children. And I just want you to know that your dad is a motherfucker. And you are the worst example of his horrible pullout game. I'm Buster Chestnut. If you liked my set, please follow along Bailey Digital Media on YouTube. If you didn't like my set, then my name is Rodney Hardwood. You can find me on Yelp. I'm a hardwood floor installer. Definitely leave me a horrible review. Clip that. All right. And our next performer, our second to last, but not the least at all. I'm just riffing. I'm riffing. A level above the least. Hey, was this your professional debut? First tape. All right. So I'm glad to contribute to the delinquency of a fellow Gambirian. I am a townie. You're a townie. I don't give a fuck. Let's welcome to the stage our second to last performer of the evening. When you want to write? Okay, just give me a head nod. I might step outside and enjoy the scenery. But without further ado, I got you. All right. Without further ado, my co-host for Friday and Sunday of Lizard Palooza, put your hands together for our opener this evening. Once again, Alika.
No. He was all like, oh, I'm 73 years old. I have shingles. I'm tired. Yeah, what a dick, right? I know, right? I'm allergic to corn. I go out to eat with that guy, and I just want to live vicariously through other people because I can't eat anything. Eating out or anything. I mean, every fucking thing has table salt has corn, but he won't eat what I tell him I want to see him eat. I want to smell this. He's like, oh, I don't want to eat what I want to eat. What a dick. No, it's nice of him to come out. He'll be back later. So yes, I did have one gig before, but this is definitely my favorite place to do comedy in anywhere in Central Ohio area. But anyway, why do men always have to ruin stuff? You have a great time. They say, we'd love to have you back. And then you meet their wife, and then they say to you, do you want dick? They come to you in your car and they ask if you want dick. And I'm like, look, dude, is your wife coming? And, I guess this is what I can say. At least the guy knew he was a dick, right? At least he knew he was a dick. So, yes, sometimes I tell people I'll give you a ride home. But don't worry, I won't turn my car into a sexual assault sedan. Don't worry. Then when they get inside, I say, it's a hatchback. Yeah, no, I don't. But there's nothing funny about sexual assault. There is, of course, something very funny about not knowing the difference between sedan and a hatchback, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when you hook up with someone, I just hate it. Like, get in bedroom, people are like covering up, and it's like, come on, man. Once we get in bed together, literally only two people's opinions matter at that point, right? Don't cover up. Come on. Literally only two people's opinions matter. Of course, mine and the guy who's filming you for our AI porn business, right? I'm kidding. We don't use AI. We just old-fashioned video editing. I'm kidding. And we just live stream it. That's why you really need to take it off now. And that guy may or may not be Buster Chestnut filming it. Actually, after the snafu on the live stream a couple weeks ago, though, I'm sorry, Buster, we had to go with someone else. Be nice to him for the rest of the night. Just found out he got fired. Thank you. Thank you. So I will just start again. I don't know if everyone was here before, but I have recently, not just in honor of Pride, but just the fact, look, I'm an economic anthropologist by training. I have an almost PhD in economic anthropology, food, trade, and agricultural policy. And, recently I have been thinking a lot about researcher bias as I confront the fact that my dissertation research on how USAID funds the whole world's food supply, my dissertation research is exactly the kind of research you should ignore when you go online to do your own research. It's exactly right. Yeah, the kind that was funded by the National Science Foundation, funded by Fulbright Commission or whatever. Yeah, exactly what you're supposed to ignore when you go online to do your own research. And yet, right. And people say, oh, Ilka, aren't you pansexual? And I'm like, look, I'm not going to tattoo a pan on my ass, give it any new ideas of what it should start to look like. I mean, come on. I got on stage and I said, my ass is still okay, but that's a lie. It's a lie. It used to be nice. This is why you shouldn't get in better shape. I'm just here to tell you. I used to weigh the same. I had a nice ass, but now I can run and a little bit and I'm not winded. But what was I doing? Thank you. Well, the thing is, I actually, look, I did research. I don't know if you guys were here before. I will start here. So preparing for my dissertation research in Honduras, which is one of the poorest countries in the world. Also, I grew up there. I lived almost half my childhood in Honduras, going to Honduran public schools, like take your hammer and nails to fix your wood desk day kind of thing. Always went to school with a kid with polio kind of thing. So one of the poorest countries in the world. Before that, I was preparing for my dissertation research. Also, National Science Foundation sent me on a free trip down to Bolivia. And I'm like, oh, free trip to Bolivia, sign me up, man. So I didn't really understand that would be 14 to 17 people living in a house about a third, maybe a little over a third the size of this whole bar. Yeah, and one of the center room was all workspace too. So yeah, I did not exactly realize that. When I say house, I mean shack. And we were in the Bolivian Amazon. So no electricity, or we had a battery and we could power a computer on that to do our data analysis. It was fantastic, right? But, the men there, they start to make up new rules about the bathroom. The latrine, which that's a fancy name for a hole we dug in the ground that we shat and pissed in, right? The men start to say, ladies, you can't go pissing in the latrine, they say. We are very adamant. This latrine will smell only like shit. Only like shit. They were very adamant about that. Just shit. And they said, you ladies go into the jungle. You go in the jungle and piss with the big cats out there, the jaguars and shit. And I say, you know what? My whole life, I always said, you can't be too gay. You can't present too gay, right? But as a woman, I do feel that being willing to be eaten by a giant pussy just to have a whiz, that is too gay. I'm sorry. It's too gay. It's too gay. That's right. So I've been going to a lot of open mics and people are starting to ask questions like, what's happening? Oh my God, what's going to happen? For example, like we're basically becoming a banana republic. Honduras was the country Banana Republic was named after. So people ask, well, what's going to happen when we become basically a third world country? What's going to happen when they water down the gas, they say? And I say, this is not the right question. I'll get there in a moment, but I'll start here. Soon we're all going to be well aware what happens when you water down the gas, all right? So has anyone ever watered down their parents' freezer liquor to the point that it froze? You know, alcohol's not supposed to freeze in the freezer. Anyone go too far watering down the freezer booze and get caught? Yeah, someone admits it. Yeah, I couldn't do that because my parents didn't keep the booze in the freezer. So. Yeah. Well, if you put it in the freezer at a certain point, the alcohol starts to freeze, and that's a telltale sign there's a bunch of water in it. You'll see that can make finding your freezer booze frozen when it shouldn't be can make a parent steam and combust at the same time, right? Well, actually, yeah, that's not a good combination in a parent, not a good combination in a parent, but it is a worse combination in your engine, right? The engine is supposed to combust, but when it steams, that puts out the combustion. It goes boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so and it puts out the combustion. So it makes your car stop. So I say right now we are going through a process of self-bananization. A process I'd like to call, I'd like to stress this is bananas. Now these are all greed bananas. And I'd like to stress that while we have agreed on the greed, we have agreed at some level, we have agreed on the greed as a society. I would like to stress that this is not a greed banana, but rather a whole bunch. And it is bananas with a U. All right, so we're talking about watered down gas. I say that's not the right question. The right question is, what happens when you drive 40 miles out of your way looking for gas and not a single gas station has gas? Then you drive 20 miles further out of your way still looking for gas, and there is still no gas. Then you find, that is one option. You find a family who says, we're not going to eat lunch for the next month, but we will, and that's the most important meal of the day, but we will sell you our moto taxi fuel. So basically this is a little like a glorified lawnmower, like riding lawnmower type vehicle. And they're like, well, we will sell you our fuel. The real question is, how much over asking are you going to pay them? Yeah, so I would like to stress that we're all going to know where the watered down gas is, because it is, of course, highway robbery. And I know there's a lot wrong here, like why is the guy in the big wheel bicycle pointing the gun in the air or at the person in the jetpack? Well, that's called an error of this perspective that I was too lazy to fix, okay? So it's, of course, highway robbery. But I'd like to stress it is more than that, because it is also highway strategery and highway canary, right? Right. And this is a rook driving a risk board. I know it's poorly drawn. And that way too high. Right. So it's a highway strategy and strategery in the sense that you want to get a little gas there, but not too much, right? Or you put your whole engine out. And of course, it's highway canary, because who's going to have gas when no one else has gas? Well, obviously the gas station where they're watering down the gas. So when they're the only ones with the gas, that is, of course, too late. You're already fucked, just like the too high canary. Thank you for having me. I'd love to connect. If anyone wants a free dictator magnet, I'll give you one if you subscribe to my YouTube. We also will need to be asking what kind of reading material makes the best toilet paper and what kind of toilet paper makes the best reading material. This is not metaphorical. All your toilet paper will be pink or green. We don't know why. No one knows why. We assume those are just the two most toxic dyes on the market. So we have to assume. Thank you.
Okay, you guys, remember to join us for Lizard Palooza this weekend. In between all of our live music acts, we are going to have amazing comedy acts like Elica, and we will be starting at 1 p.m. on Friday. It's going to be an all-weekend party. Michael and I are celebrating our 29th anniversary, and we are also celebrating the anniversary of when we started the bar. And Tommy Gallo he's our guy. He's the one who said we need to have like an annual party that celebrates our becoming owners of the Lizard, because he's a business owner too. And he is like an amazing person. You all are going to eat good. You're going to have so much fun. Make sure you get your butts out here. And 1 o'clock Friday, 1 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday, we have live artists starting up. And in between the live artists, we're going to have amazing comedians. So please come and join us.
Yeah.
All right, thank you once again, Amber. Sammy, I'm doing part of your job, but I'm gonna give you a shout out. So, everybody, tip Sammy as much as you can. It's like Catholic. We're passing around the plate. Throw in for Sammy because she's doing a great job. Bartending for us and serving our needs. All right, I enjoyed the shimmy shake. Okay. And yes, I'm putting this back just to make things more difficult for our last performance for the evening. Because I'm a dickhead and I like to make things difficult. Yep, it's firmly in position. I want to see some strength. Just saying. Speaking of strength, I have been working on a new podcast. I took a pause from bad breaks with Buster Chestnut this week because our open mic competition, it took over. It took over for a little bit, and I needed a break because I've been working on this other podcast called Special Teams Unit, which has a great acronym, STUPOD, right? Because it's STUPOD. But anyway, that'll be debuting here shortly. And I know that some comedians already fucking razzed my intro video, but I don't give a shit. I want to roll with it. We'll see what happens. But, I don't know. I'm just making sure that, we have everything set up and ready to go. I'm not going to give away any of my more comedy. You have to come back either next week or possibly this weekend for Lizard Palooza, where I will be doing some hosting duties. Alica will be doing some hosting duties on Friday and Sunday. And on Saturday, we have a friend of the Leaping Lizard as one of our co-hosts, Josh Albert. All right. And a newbie to the Lizard family, who I've been trying to get out here, but he's very talented, very booked comedian, Tyson Colson. All right. If you're not familiar with Tyson Colson, you need to check that out. And if you don't check that out, then just come see us on Saturday for Lizard Palooza. All right. At some point during Lizard Palooza, I'm sure somebody coming up is gonna stop out at least to say hello, maybe do a little bit. Because I feel bad, and he was not reminded of the competition earlier tonight, which was won by Mr. Frank DeMint. All right? So keep that in mind, and just know that we're probably going to see this face at some point this weekend during Lizard Palooza, which is the 19th through the 21st. Without further ado, I'm going to welcome to the stage. All right. An entertaining enigma. Do you like it? Who has a better wardrobe than I this evening? Let's welcome to the stage, Sean G.
I'm gonna take a moment of silence for all the comedy I could have gave you earlier, but he didn't tell me it was an early start to the contest. I think it's just because it's June and I'm gay and he's intimidated by me. Give it up for Gay Gene Simmons, our host. Sorry, you kind of look like him if he wasn't famous or wore makeup. You probably wear makeup sometimes. We're going to ask your wife about it. Oh, what's up, everybody? Anybody have somebody who makes something suck for you that you love doing, that you're you're good at it. You've been doing it a long time, your whole life, and then but you run into someone who kind of ruins it, makes you not have fun anymore. My roommate is making me homophobic. It sucks because I've been doing this a long. I've been a homo for a long time. Got a couple of years in it. I'm kind of a veteran at this point. Professional, if you will. I got a lot of awards in a certain area, like blowing guys. That's one of my favorite things to do. But now I don't even want to do men at all. My roommate has turned me homophobic. I don't like gays. It's the month of gays, and I'm like, God damn it, they're everywhere. The flag flies everywhere. All these fucking Taco Bell has a flag out. I'm like, stop it. You don't like gay people. You like making bottoms have a bad night. That fucking food is nasty. You know, during my process of being a gay, okay, all these other things come about. Like, I'm an old school gay. I'm a BC gay. And that's before Caitlyn Jenner. Before Caitlyn Jenner. Yep, that's right. That motherfucker is one of the reasons why the LGBTQAMF, I don't know what the fuck they are anymore, mafia exists, and that's why they cancel people. But Bruce first canceled himself off of that list, you know, the Epstein list we all forgot about. Epstein's on there, Trump's on there, Bruce is on there, but Caitlyn's not on the list. That's a smart motherfucker right there, okay? Like, yeah, I'm gonna cut off my ugly dick and become an ugly pussy. And it's great, Bruce. I still call him Bruce. He doesn't deserve to be considered trans because he doesn't do anything for that community. Except put like a bullseye on their back. I think like a lot of people got butthurt over him being the Wheaties guy in the 80s, you know? You ever watch him throw the javelin, though? That motherfucker was gay. I have never seen someone throw a javelin like that. It wasn't gay. I was like, ooh, he climaxed at the end of that, you know? All these butch men, they were like, he's my Olympic hero and this and that, whatever. And then he's now a woman. Not anymore. Fuck that. They hate trans people. I don't know why. Trans people have it hard. Caitlyn never had it hard. I don't think that's why, you know, Chris never liked him that much. He's also white. No one lasts that long in that family if they're white. Kardashians, they're like me. They like the black men, the spicy Latino Puerto Rican men. No, white people suck. I mean, let's look at our history. We don't need to go there. But I have like a 0.9er Native American left in me, so I don't have to claim full Caucasian. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. That's the one thing she gave me besides like a PTSD and OCD and, you know, ADHD. I couldn't add another letter if I wanted to, and these LGBTers are going to keep on going. Well, you add another letter, there's like a whole new flag comes up. I'm like, I don't get it. I like to just go with a human, you know. I'm a human. And I like to stick with, yes, human. We're all human. We're all the same, except for the people that voted for Trump. They're not the same. Sorry. They are. And like they like pedophiles being champions. I don't know. Anyway, I like to stick with the queer thing because queer is like the minority part of the LGBT, like the overall. But like there's new flags every fucking like letter that comes about. We're gonna run into numbers and we'll be on like Elon Musk's children at that point. They do. They want. There's like if you look up gender flags, it's fucking insane. Like I didn't even know straight people wanted a flag, but they got one. You got one. It's like I think Oprah's like everyone gets a flag. Pick a gender. It doesn't matter. No, there is like I looked up because I couldn't. They do. No, you give it 15 minutes. Someone on the internet's like watching this right now, like, I get it. No, but pansexual is just bisexual that fuck trans people. Like, right? Wait, is that? It's so they have a Rubik's Cube now. It's like they get a 3D. You just make whatever you want. But it keeps on dividing them away from each other. Like, and then they try to pretend in June they like each other. Like all these letters come together and like, ooh, look, we're the alphabet soup again. July hits, fuck you, you know. It's like lesbians like fuck trans, fuck bis, fuck gays. Gays are like fuck all of you. We were here first when they weren't really there first. The only thing that LGBT did really is it put lesbians in the first part of it. So like women became first for the first time in America. That's the only reason why they jumped in the number, like the middle of the alphabet. You know, yeah, so they put the women first. Look, see, someone's trying to censor me. Trump's like, shut that gay guy up. He's making women feel empowered all of a sudden. Not in my book. Not in my book. I'd put the men versus women in UFC. I would kick that gay boy's ass in Columbus, Ohio for doing me. I don't like him doing me. He does me wrong. I would love that. He's the kind of guy that would be like pissed off to come somewhere and do that, like somewhere small, and like, I was watching you at 3 a.m. on my Twitter feed or X feed, whatever, and he'd come and be like, I'm going to interrupt your set because I'm funnier than you, and he'd be like, this is really the president here. He does smell like a diaper. No, yeah, he had to have like, he's mad, like, especially when women. I love when he gets interviewed by women. It's so quick. We're done with this. You have a good night, sweetie. You're a mean woman. You're a nasty woman. It's like, you can't handle women. Your mom, this fucking mom even said that. He's like, he can't be around women long because he becomes angry. He's like, oh, he's got a tiny dick. It's like, that John Stewart even says he's like some kind of weird syndrome, but I call it tiny dick syndrome, and most police officers have it too. But could you imagine? We have to say something to the women that have seen him naked, willingly or unwillingly. We were sorry. We had no control over what he looks like. I wish we could have, though. I kind of think Donald Trump should have jumped on the Caitlyn bandwagon before he, let the Epstein's file go hidden or forgotten about for now. Just for now. We'll come back to it later. We're not worried about it. We're worried about Iran. Ooh, trust me, if Iran really wanted to, they'd probably whoop our ass. If they come on soil. Like, if they come over here, Army's like, we're not going to fight for that orange guy either. We're good. Goodbye. Here's the White House open up for you. I know that's what I would think, Who would want to fight for him? Yeah. So, and then the guy that won or whatever he was, Michelle Obama's a man. I'm like, you wouldn't fight her. So shut up, buddy. Michelle will whoop that ass. I don't care. She may look real nice and first lady like, but she got it. She's got that sandal throwing. I whoop your ass for saying something stupid in the middle of a target face. I'm telling you. Obama was kept in line a long time. They used to say he was gay. I was like, I wish. I would love that. Put me in line for that list, motherfuckers. I'm down. I am down. But, and there's no one on Epstein's list that's black. So you can look it over as much as you want. Not even a mixed person, okay? Nope. There's a few Puerto Ricans on there. A few Latinos. But I think most likely what happened is that Sean Diddy Combs got pissed for not being on Epstein's list and made his own. I'd still want to go on Sean's list over Trump and Epstein's list any day, okay? Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. And I'm down to lie under oath for almost anybody. I don't give a fuck. Yep. But I swear to hell, the truth, the whole truth. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Have you all ever been a notary for any state? Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky, unfortunately. The bluegrass state. They believe it's fucking blue. Sure. That's why their education level is 39th out of, 50 states we've got? No, they said the grass is a tint bluer. No, you're talking about green. You're talking about ganja. Ganja is great. It's got many colors, but a blade of grass is just a blade of green grass, no matter where it is. It's pot. But Kentucky, we're like, we got bluegrass, we got wildcats, UK, woo! That's pretty much the majority of the entire state, and that's how they all act. I lost where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, Kentucky's notary. I got sworn in to be a notary of the public, which means I could sign documents and make them official for you. But the swearing in process was kind of funny. I was 2020. I was doing work for Carvana, and they make everyone a notary because you have to sign documents taking over people's vehicles, whatever. And she asked me during any given point, have you ever had or engaged in a duel? And I said, I chuckled a little, and she wasn't happy that I chuckled. That bitch took her job very seriously. I get it. I was like, what? And she's like, a duel. I was like, a fencing duel? She's like, no, turn to your back to back, 10 steps forward. I said, you are still saying this shit? No wonder you're in the shape you're in Kentucky. The fuck? I was like, they do that? I was like, can I get one? Can we start one now? Is it a requirement? And she's like, no, you're not allowed to engage in those. I was like, I didn't know they were allowed and still going on. That's part of the secret of the Epstein's files. Got to be. So many things come about with that thing. But could you imagine, though, if Donald decided to have the, go Caitlyn Jenner style, cut off his man parts and become Donatella Trump? No one's going to impeach the first trans president. No one. And he's right. We would stop off that. Like a lot of the LGBTers would go on his side out of nowhere. They hated him up until he became a woman. Why? I don't get it. They can blame everything he's doing on being a menstrual person now. I'm like, they don't get menstrual cycles when they cut off their thing, do they? I don't know. I just hope they could do something with that face, because the one that worked on Caitlyn didn't do anything better to Bruce. All that structure is, yeah, it's horrible. I'm like, oh, they should have put it out of its misery at that point. Like, you look like a possum that just got ran over by a semi truck, pal. We're so sorry. We can't fix it, and you're going down. So many people should have taken that abortion a long time ago. That's why I'm a heavy supporter of abortion. And I can't find common ground with Donald Trump supporters, and that's why I think we should go ahead and get after birth abortions started. How old is your kid? Okay, we'll take it. You know, and then they can still run the Epstein's thing. Who knows? Anyway, all right, that's my time. I'm going to give it back to your host, Mr. Buster Chestnut. I almost said Chester because that's like the wrong thing.
All right. Since I feel bad and I'm not a good judge of, size, medium or large? All right, pick it. No, pick it. Which one? You got to look at it. Yeah, you got to look at it. But I felt a little bit bad because I'm horrible at communication. No, that I'm not even giving you the microphone for that. No, never before. But I respect you. I'm comfortable. But anyway, I feel bad for not reminding Sean of when we were doing the competition earlier. Sean was one of the open mic competition people, and I have given him a Can you show it? It's got a great saying on the back. All right. A great saying on the back. I do have more of these T-shirts available for special price tonight, $21. Yes, I screwed you guys over, but whatever. It's a flash sale. But hey, you get one for free for my fuck up. I appreciate you coming out. All right, we are gonna wind down, and yes, I am wearing sunglasses. I did a promo earlier as it was a Macho Man mixed with maybe a racist guy who passed away recently. Yes, but it was like a character, and I just went all out because competition. But not gay people. I mean, I'm accepting, and I appreciate you. So it's GPT. Yep. All right. Well, I will put that into effect. Come hang out with us this weekend, all right? We'll get you some time, I promise you, all right? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You'll have to fight Josh or Tyson on Saturday. Yep. So, I will be promoting them hosting me and Ayla hosting on Fridays and Sundays. But thank you again, Chanji. And I'm sorry I'm an asshole and forgot to remind you of the time. But hopefully that T-shirt is a consolation, and we will see you this weekend at Lizard Palooza. Without further ado, I just if anybody in the bar wants to spend $21 on either a Buster Chestnut T-shirt, which maybe not your thing, or a Hi, How Are You T-shirt by Bailey Digital Media, which produces Phygital Nights here at Leaving Lizard, and we are a producer, sponsor, whatever you want to call it, for Lizard Palooza. Come out this weekend. Check us out. You'll have a good time. Whether you like music, food, or some comedy. We would like you to come out and check us out. Like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, all those things. Mr. Lizard, may I have your assistance, please? Let's no. Go over here on the computer. Let's close this out. All right, real quick. All right, two more things before we go. Once again, always remember that your dad is a motherfucker and wish him a happy Father's Day this Sunday. Come check us out, Lizard Palooza, and have a good time. Come hang out. Sign up for the open mic. Share your trauma.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something because he's not going to tell you. I want you guys to remember something. And it's a tagline for this year that I've learned. All this creativity and all this stuff that we have, at least in Columbus. And we're a new independent media broadcasting. We've been doing it for live artists in Columbus now for about 4 years. We're really starting to blow up. And the comedy thing's starting to become something that's important to me just because of all the live artists. You guys are hilarious. And I just want to say that I appreciate all of you coming here and sharing all of your comedy for all the pain that we're all going through right now in life. And you guys are doing an amazing job of sharing it with everybody. Bring your comedy, bring your show. And I just want to thank you all for being a part of it. And the one thing I wanted to share, and I don't even remember what it was I came up here. I took the mic from you, even though what I said was very important. What I want to remember. Oh my God. I want you guys to know this is something independent media. All of us can do this. All of us can do this. If you have a platform and some way to share something to all the people on the planet, you should do it. Anything you're feeling that you're excited about, you should share it. You should put it on the planet. Because one thing that we've done in technology is us being nerds, and we just happen to own a bar, but is that we've created technology that allows us to all connect all over the planet in many ways, whether it be music or whatnot, that is not controlled by any particular government. And I want to be very, very honest about this. It is that big of a deal. Independent media is very important right now on the planet because it's not controlled by anybody. And everything we do when we produce and we publish stuff like this and we go live and we share with everybody on the planet what we're doing in our state here in Ohio. I want everybody else to do this. I want all the other nerds out there that own any other platform to share their people in their state or their country, share the talent, whether it be comedy, whether it be live music. Please be a part of this independent broadcasting that we're doing. Thank you.
They can silence one or two of us, but they can't
silence all of us. I don't know how to even follow that. So we're just going to do two more things real quick. I don't know if he actually left or not because he was lifting or Ubering back to his hotel. But one more time, on the count of three, fucking cheers to our patron of the arts, Steve. 1, 2, 3, Steve. All right, and we appreciate you, everybody out there. Stay tuned for more Phygital Nights. Stay tuned for more Lizard Palooza content. Stay tuned for more Special Teams Unit podcast that's coming soon. Bailey Digital Media and Leaping Lizard. All right. Thank you so much for your kind words. And, with how I normally end the night, I want a little bit of feedback. I'm a little narcissist. So at the count of three, I want to hear Buster as loud as you fucking can. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Buster! Hit that button, dog. Night. Love you.
What up, everybody? Let's go! Flipping through the packs, chasing down that one of one, yeah. Searching for the grail till the morning sun comes. Buster! Hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. We hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. Whoa!